And tonight from the Big A in Anaheim, California, the Red Sox will take on the Angels in Game 2, one night after the Sox began the road trip in style with another outstanding Chris Sale performance. Beautiful night here, everybody. Great to have you with us. I'm Dave O'Brien alongside the 18-year Major League veteran Mike Timlin, who of course has not lost any size in retirement, and Jemiah Webster will be joining us in a couple of moments. So Mike, last night it was Chris Sale. Tonight, another left-hander who has really rounded into form lately. That's David Price.
You know, he's finally getting back into form. I think he's finally totally healthy coming off that injury that he had, and his confidence is riding high. He's throwing great strikes. He's attacking the zone. He's making guys look silly, and, you know, his last outing was just fantastic.
That was against the New York Yankees. He tied them up to the tune of 8 strikeouts and 8 very strong innings, about as good as the Red Sox have seen him. You look at his last 3 starts, 2-0, an ERA underneath 1. So, hey, especially if he gets a couple of outstanding plays out of Jackie Bradley, like the one that Jackie turned in against the Angels last night, he's going to be golden. And when we come back, Jemiah has the anatomy of a great catch, and it certainly was one of the best that Jackie has ever turned in as a member of the Red Sox. More on that when we return. His website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Digital Federal Credit Union, see what DCU can save you. Lexus and the Lexus Strikes Out Hunger Program. Dunkin' Donuts, America runs on Dunkin'. And by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. But Jackie Bradley did it again last night, and for more on the details of an outstanding catch, let's go to Jemiah.
Well, OB, what can you say but wow, as Jackie Bradley Jr. continues to add to his already stacked resume of highlight reel catches, making a strong case to nab the first Gold Glove of his career. It happened against the first batter faced by Chris Sale, and Jackie, he walked us through the science around making these type of catches in the outfield.
You know, I just saw, off the bat, it was well hit, heading towards the gap. I believe he had 2 strikes on him, so I was kind of playing him towards the opposite field a little bit, and I took off, kind of tried to gauge as much as I possibly can, and as I got a little closer, I started trying to time up my steps to try to make a leap. I knew Marcus was going to be right close, so I wanted to go for it. I wouldn't say I was going full speed into the wall. Like I said, I was trying to time up my steps, but you definitely have a lot of space out there, and that's the way we like it, so we can roam a little bit.
And after the catch, Jackie got his hand looked at by the medical trainers, his right hand, but he was able to stay in the rest of the game. He's back in the lineup tonight, and he'll be batting 4th for the Red Sox.
Well, Jemiah, thank you very much. And among the very interesting details in that piece by Jemiah is the fact that Jackie always refers to Mookie Betts by his given name of Marcus.
Which you don't hear very often. You don't, Marcus. I was like, first time I heard it, I was like, who's that? Oh, yeah, it's Mookie.
Yep, it's been that way for years with those two, and two of the absolute very best. I mean, Mookie was a Gold Glover last year. The way Jackie has played this year, he's got to be the man to beat in center field for the Gold Glove. Over the last week, 2 sensational catches. I don't know which one is better. He doesn't put either one of those plays, the Judge home run robbing catch or the play last night against Escobar, at the very top. He made a diving catch in Chicago where he robbed Flowers, I believe it was, of extra base hits, and he had to dive onto the warning track on that, risking life and limb on that play. And I agree with him. That's probably number one.
Well, he probably puts that number one just because he left his feet and landed on something besides his feet.
Right. That's
so
exactly right.
Coming down on that warning track's not fun.
Well, just a great play last night, drawing raves from his teammates. Here's a look at the Unlimited Baseball break, brought to you by T-Mobile. Entering tonight's game, David Price has the second lowest ERA in the month of July among American League pitchers. As we mentioned, 0.90. Look who's right behind him, Chris Sale at 1.30. Sale coming off the win last night, 9 strikeouts to get him to 200 for the season. So 300 Ks is very possible for Chris Sale, certainly at the pace that he is working right now. And I mean, that is nirvana for a pitcher, for a starting pitcher.
Yes, that would be an absolute gem to come up with 300 Ks in one season.
I mean, just such a rarity.
Yeah, it doesn't happen very often. And to see that list right there with the 1-2, and we were talking about, earlier, 1-2 bunch, this, that's a great rotation.
Chris Sale trying to back up what Sale did last night. Red Sox looking to take 2 straight. Also looking to gain ground inside the division. Here on a beautiful Saturday night in Southern California. Not a cloud in the sky. Temperatures will be in the 80s. Have been throughout the day. And the Red Sox have one more here tomorrow afternoon against the Halos. And then it'll be on to Seattle for 3 games there. Rick Porcello going tomorrow against right-hander Parker Bridwell, who the Red Sox have already seen once this season. Actually pitched pretty well against them. The Sox with a 3.5 game lead over the Yankees and the Tampa Bay Rays going into play here today. Look at the Red Sox starting lineup, brought to you by buyatoyota.com. It'll be Mookie Betts to lead things off, hitting at 280. Benintendi out of the 2 spot. Pedroia hitting 3rd. Ramirez at first base with Jackie Bradley in center. Xander Bogaerts in short. This is the interesting thing about the lineup tonight. Mitch Moreland has been dropped down to the 7th spot for the first time this season. Vasquez doing the catching, and Brock Holt is at 3rd base. And batting 9th. And taking on the right-hander, J.C. Ramirez. He is 8-8, ERA of 4.54. He beat the Sox in June at Fenway 6-3. He was tough to hit. He allowed 1 run in 6 innings, 4 hits. He didn't walk anybody.
Yeah, I talked to Petey a little bit. This guy, he's got some pretty surprising stuff. He's got a, really good slider. Ball moves out of his hand. He throws really hard. He attacks the zone. So he was sitting at the video machine. I asked him how he was feeling. He goes, I'm kind of grinding it out every day. But, facing this guy, and as he pitched against him last time really well, they have something to go against tonight.
And defensively, here's a look at how the Angels line up. On the infield from 3rd, Escobar, Simmons, Pennington, and Crone over at first base. The outfield is Revere, Trout, and Calhoun left to right. And the battery, Maldonado doing the catching of Ramirez here in Game 2. Your umpires are brought to you by Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Phil Cuzzi has the plate. Vic Carapazza at first, Mark Ripperger at 2nd, and the veteran Tom Hallion at 3rd. We're available. This telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP presented by Toyota. Visit comfort2toyota.com to see Toyota deals not seen on TV. A great night here for Game 2. Red Sox and the Angels. And the weather is not going to get in the way, that's for sure. 79 degrees and sunny.
I guess we'll just have to live with it. I mean, it's kind of hard.
Gut it out. When does it get nice out here?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Ball 1 to Mookie Betts, hitting 280 with 17 home runs and making his 95th consecutive start.
I think right around Christmas it starts getting really nice out here.
Right. Ooh, off the mitt, all the way to the backstop for ball. Mookie last night 2 for 3 with a double and an RBI, and has a 7-game hitting streak.
He's just so consistent. It's amazing.
Not trying to do too much. Great leadoff hitter. Sees a lot of pitches, which is perfect, you know, for everybody else on the bench, so I can see a lot of pitches and figure it out. That is a great moving pitch. If you see that right there, the little sinker just coming back on the outside corner, that's a great pitch. Every pitcher tries to throw that, and it doesn't come around just naturally.
Bunch to the right side. Pennington on the outfield grass will zip on to get him. Rookie retired, one man gone.
Yeah, so watch this right here. It just sinks right back to Maldonado. And that's, you know, you give up on it because it's off the plate. It's like 6 inches off the plate in their view, and they just don't even swing at it and strike.
It's also 95 miles an hour. Not too shabby.
And as we talked earlier, you know, 95 is moving. It's quick.
Benintendi 269 with 12 home runs. And coming off a 1-for-4 with an RBI last night. The Red Sox came charging out of the gate last night and scored 5 runs right away. And you could almost see the shoulders sagging on the Angels because they hadn't even come up to bat yet against Chris Sale. And Chris Sale had a 5-0 lead.
Oh, man, you know, you take a quality pitcher like Chris Sale, who's on fire, and you give him 5 runs. That's just not fair.
Sox only scored 1 more the rest of the night, but won that game handily, and there for a called strike. Pedroia on deck.
That's all they needed. Just those 5. That was good.
And Ramirez firing, and a strike, says Phil Cuzzy.
You know, this kid looks really relaxed. I mean, he's not trying to overthrow. He's a big kid. He's good size, you know.
Yep, 6'4", 245.
Really live arm. Good slider.
From Nicaragua, he's got that. Got a little bit of a changeup. You mentioned the 2-seamer, the 4-seamer. Occasionally a split. Doesn't throw that very often.
You know, I think starting pitchers have that luxury. You know, they can work on 5 pitches or 4 pitches, and I think they do that just because if one day your slider's not working and your curveball's working, you can, you know, be fastball, curveball, and then the next time you see the same team, you can be fastball, slider if your curveball's not working. So that kind of works in their favor.
(3-2), and he walked him. So Benintendi on in front of Dustin Pedroia. And we'll see if the video work pays off. Mike Timlin saw him doing some of that tonight to get ready for Ramirez, who has pitched for the Phillies, Arizona, Seattle, and Cincinnati, along with these Angels.
Well, we'll see. Petey's usually pretty prepared. I mean, he's ready to go at I don't know. He was probably ready to go at lunch, honestly.
And maybe breakfast. Snapped a season high 9-game hitting streak last night. Although his first at bat, just like everybody else, it felt like in the first inning, he hit the ball right on the screws.
He did. He hit that ball really hard. It just so happens that Simmons was playing right there.
He wound up going 0 for 4 in the game. And 3 hits on Thursday, including that 3-run homer.
I said Simmons. It's Pennington. Sorry.
High and tight. Now Maldonado wants to walk it out. After ball 4 to Benintendi, goes to 2-0, and that last one really got away against Pedroia.
Well, you know, he came up and in on Mookie. He didn't come up and in on Benintendi, so it, you know, that tells me that he's a little bit, his release point's not right, and you know, of course, he had forever to warm up, but you know, maybe he's just not ready in his groove yet. Yeah, both those pitchers up and in.
Now, long look in. Ramirez will take some time out there. Benintendi off first, and that's outside, just off the corner.
And that right there, he threw a slider right there. And sometimes when you're not throwing a good fastball, if you're not locating your fastball, you throw your slider. So it's the same release point, but you know, it kind of slows you down mentally, and then it kind of resets your other pitches.
That's low for ball 4. So he walks Pedroia as well. Back-to-back ball 4s. And a chance for the Red Sox to do damage right away against Scioscia's team.
I guarantee you that irritates Scioscia to death. Of course, I've never known a manager that likes base on balls anyway.
But right away like this.
Yeah.
Chance for the Red Sox to jump out in front as they did last night. Hanley at 253. 15 homers, 37 runs batted in. 1 for 4 last night.
He's 0 for 4 against this guy right here. Hanley is. It'd be nice to see him break out on that.
Benintendi at second, Pedroia at first. And a strike.
There again, he seems a little bit more comfortable throwing his slider than he does his fastball.
You're talking about, variety repertoire of pitches for a starter. In your heyday as a reliever, what were you down to? How many you were throwing?
There were times, when my slider just disappeared. I started making up a curveball. I made up a curveball.
Did you really?
Yeah, absolutely. I struck out Jimmy Rollins one day on a curveball, and we had played together in Philadelphia, and I threw a curveball for strike 3. Ran off the field. He drops it, he just puts the bat down, he puts his helmet down, he looks at me and goes, "Are you kidding me?"
When did you start throwing
when did you start throwing a curveball?
I had no idea you had that.
Yeah, so
wow.
my slider wasn't working, and I just had to work on a new breaking ball. But this league will eat you up if you don't adjust. And as a pitcher, you have to continually keep the guys guessing.
1-2.
Yeah, I worked in a cutter. I worked in it just formed off my slider normally. I just kind of locked my wrist on it a little bit, but with the sinker and the slider and the curveball, and when Okajima came in, I learned his changeup. So after a few years, I finally got a changeup.
It was a good one too. There's a ground ball base hit in right field. Benintendi rounding. He's going to score. Pedroia will stop at second, and a Red Sox strike right away again. 1-0 Boston.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Put some pressure on the young man. It's good to see him knock that 0 off. I mean, now he has a hit against him.
Hanley going the opposite way with a sharp base hit, his 38th RBI. And the Red Sox immediately make Ramirez pay for that ball 4, one of the 2.
That is just a good piece of hitting right there. Just relax. Whatever he's giving you, and he's comfortable down and away on a right-hander right now, and he just goes the other way.
Jackie Bradley with a high fly into left field on the first pitch. Revere underneath. And the runners will stay put. So 2 down. Jackie out of that 5 spot tonight. That'll send up Xander Bogaerts. We are very saddened to learn of the news of the death of 5-year-old Red Sox fan Ari Schultz, the brave little boy who captivated the internet with his incredible attitude, his long health battle that put Ari through more than 10 operations and a heart transplant. Ari's family announced the news of his passing on Friday, writing that Ari passed away peacefully this evening listening to the Red Sox.
Wow, that's just a sad thing when children die. That's a tough life. I mean, so many surgeries and so much time in the, but it never killed the spirit of the young man, and that's what's amazing of that whole story.
Well, he had spent 189 days in a hospital, and upon his release, Ari went straight to the baseball field. That was his first stop, and he was an avid Xander Bogaerts fan. And Xander and Christian Vasquez spent 3 hours at Ari's home, and they both invited Ari to throw out the first pitch before the Sox game coming up on August 27th. And Xander talked about it today. He said, "I've never met a more uplifting little kid in my life."
Well, if Ari can't do it himself physically, hopefully one of his family members will be there to do it.
Oh yeah,
in his stead.
Made some great friends in Christian Vasquez and Xander Bogaerts.
He had a great smile.
Oh, good, did he?
Great kid. I mean, I never met him, but just from what I saw on Twitter and on TV, it was awesome.
One of the clips was of Ari doing his Xander Bogaerts swing, and then he called a 2-run homer as he rounded the bases. It was, it was incredible. Little tapper back to the hill, and Ramirez will toss on to get him. And that will retire the side of the Red Sox. Strike right away. They get a run on the RBI single by Hanley Ramirez here in Anaheim. Brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers. Yunel Escobar will lead things off. Then it's Mike Trout out of the 2 spot. Pujols has hit 14 home runs. Crone at first base, Simmons at short, Calhoun in right. Maldonado doing the catching. Pennington will man second, and Revere's in left. And facing the Red Sox starter presented by your New England Audi dealers, that is David Price, 5-2. 339 earned run average for the 31-year-old from Tennessee.
And he comes right at him. I love it. You know, it's funny, when we came into the league, he used to have like a full windup and leg kick and all that stuff. And he's gone to the, you know, just keeping it simple. You know, you can't make too many mistakes out of the stretch. That's why relievers are there. That's why we stay in the stretch. We make enough mistakes as it is.
Now, you didn't make many.
Oh.
Escobar at 281. With 6 home runs. He's 7 for 30 against Price, so not among his favorite guys to hit against.
Well, you know, he's 7 for 30 off of Price. I've seen him a few times.
233 lifetime. This guy's been a good hitter throughout his career.
Here's what I like about David Price. I didn't like him when he was on the other team, you know, when he was pitching for Tampa. But I love the fact that he tries to dominate the inside corner. And it's fantastic.
Did he go? He did. That is strike 3. Escobar will dispute it. He's not happy at all, but he is out on strikes.
He disagrees on that one.
Just a tad.
We'll agree to disagree. How about that, Zero? Oh, yeah.
Rung up by Vic Carapazza, first base umpire. And 1 away.
Yeah, stayed inside and hard on him. I like it. And, you know, he did the same thing against the Yankees. He pounded the inside corner.
And you were discussing the same thing about Sale last night.
Absolutely.
That ability to go in over and over and over again.
And it holds true. I mean, you know, old school pitching coaches that, you know, he probably ran into and I ran into and every other pitcher's run into. If you do not pull them off, you don't get those hitters off the inside corner, they're going to kill you. Because if they're comfortable and you're throwing down and away and they're comfortable, the ball goes a long way in a hurry.
Price has been able to do it against Trout. He's just 3 for 19 against David Price.
158, man, that's, you know, holding this guy to 158. That's pretty amazing.
In for a called strike. Trout 332 at 18 home runs. Lost 6 weeks because of a thumb injury. He comes from a baseball family. His dad, Jeff, was drafted by the Minnesota Twins in 1983, and he played 4 years in the minors as an infielder.
I did not know that.
So baseball in the blood.
You got to love that, running in the family.
Sox up 1-0, and Trout will take a step out. Pujols on deck.
I love how, you know, he just takes a deep breath, resets, looks in, keeps it simple. You know, not a whole lot of movement right here, and just straight attack.
And got him. Back-to-back strikeouts, each looking 2 away.
That's awesome.
Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. The Red Sox on the infield. Holt at third, Bogarts at short, Pedroia at second. Hanley Ramirez playing first base again tonight. In the outfield, Benintendi, Bradley, and Betts. Many are calling it the best outfield of baseball, and Vasquez and Price are the battery.
I wouldn't disagree. I mean, these guys can run now. I mean, we had some pretty good outfielders, but these guys can cover some ground now. And that right there is just a nasty pitch. I think he was actually looking breaking ball something right there, and he just attacked it. Made him look silly.
Albert 237, 14 home runs.
He's hitting a little bit better. 6 for 25. Comes out to about 240 off Price.
He's done pretty well against the Sox in his career. 311 lifetime with 10 home runs in 42 games against Boston.
That's pretty good.
And he's hit everybody.
Well,
for a long time.
For a long time, and well.
Look at one downstairs for a ball. He connected on the 600th home run of his career on June 3rd, the 9th member of the 600 home run club, and the 4th youngest to reach that milestone.
Wow. He just has a really pretty swing. Always has.
And there it is as he rips a base hit. So first base runner of the night for the Angels, Albert Pujols with a sharp single.
Well, what are you going to do? I mean, he's a good hitter. You got to throw the ball over the plate at one point. He just puts a good swing on it. Base hit to left field.
Closing in on 3,000, 91 hits away, and that'll bring up C.J. Cron at first base. 229. He's homered 4 times.
And your 4th hole hitter is not hitting as well as your 3-hole hitter. 167 against this guy.
That's been a problem up and down the lineup for these Angels, and why they've really never gotten going this season. They've been a middle of the road club in a lot of categories on the offensive side. Although they do steal bases.
They do steal some bases, you know, and some of the older teams, the Angel teams, you know, they had a lot of power out here. They hit some home runs, and they're not hitting a whole lot of home runs this year either.
Yeah, just a handful more than the Red Sox.
True.
Price did pitch a quality start against the Angels when he faced them in June at Fenway. He went 6 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs.
He's well prepared. I mean, he's always well prepared. He seemed, you know, obviously you don't talk to starting pitchers before they pitch, but you know, he was walking around the locker room, and you know, he just seemed very relaxed and in a comfort zone and ready to go.
Been very good over his last 5 starts in particular. High fly to right. Betts with a long run into the sun, but there to make the play and retire the side. So Price gets through the first inning unscathed, 1 hit, and 1-0 Red Sox after 1. Ace Ticket is Boston's trusted source for Red Sox tickets, from bleachers to boxes, all with a 200% guarantee. Visit aceticket.com now or call 1-800-MY-SEATS. And back for the second inning here at the Big A in Anaheim. Mike Timlin, Dave O'Brien, and Jemai Webster. Red Sox with a 1-0 lead on the RBI single by Hanley Ramirez against J.C. Ramirez. Moreland batting out of the 7th slot tonight. He is the designated hitter. It's the lowest in the order that Mitch has hit this season for the Red Sox. He had only batted 4th, 5th, or 6th until tonight.
Well, sometimes I think that's a great thing, moving down the lineup. Maybe he'll get a few more fastballs. I say that, and there's 2 back-to-back breaking balls right there. But you'll see a few different pitches and a few different situations, and you know, get your hands going.
Did single in a run in that 5-run first inning last night. But he has been scuffling with that bat. It's a hard thing for a hitter to have any foot problems when you have pain in your base.
Oh, no question.
Of any kind.
Yeah. If you have a foot problem as a pitcher, infielder, outfielder, it just resonates all the way up to your ears. It's crazy. You know, the spikes, they try to make the spikes as comfortable as they can make them, but still, it's gonna hurt your feet.
I wonder if in his case, now he's talking about it's not as painful as it was. He really doesn't notice it much anymore, that fractured toe. However, he's fouled a couple of pitches off of that since he broke the toe. And I wonder how much he's changed what he's doing up there to compensate for some of that pain, and maybe doesn't even realize it.
If it was his right foot, and you know, that's his land. Gosh, that's a good swing. If you're not comfortable coming through, and I noticed last week, you know, and I'm just sitting on my couch and I'm watching the game as a fan. He's really opening up that front side and kind of flailing, so to speak, at the pitches down and away. So there's not a whole lot of torque that he's putting on that front foot. That's just what I noticed.
3-2. Vasquez on deck. Brock Holt to follow.
And if he's starting to get comfortable, you're going to have a little bit more, a little bit more base. But if he continues to open up and just kind of open that front side, I don't really trust what he's saying.
Into center field. That's going to drop down for a base hit.
I'll take that. He will too.
You may be right about dropping down in this batting order and getting some better pitches to hit. Maybe come to life again offensively.
Yeah, take a little pressure off the guy. Instead of trying to hit fourth and try to drive all these runs in, let him get something where he can put the ball in play. And even on that swing, if you go back to the swing, you'll look at his right foot. He rolls over. He's not flat on the top or on the bottom of his foot. It rolls over and he's on the outside toe. He's on his pinky toe there. I mean, take a look at this right here. If you do it really slow, once he makes contact, he rolls over on that pitch. And I mean, he doesn't hit it hard, and it's great. He's got a base hit, and okay, these guys will take that for sure. But I guarantee he would like to hit that ball off the wall.
A ball on Vasquez, 261, with a homer and 17 runs batted in, getting a catch tonight.
I really enjoy watching him hit. I mean, he has a great base. He has a great approach. He doesn't overswing.
Tried for that right side, scooped up by Crone, and back to first base, and it's off the pitcher's glove and inside the Red Sox dugout. So that'll send Vasquez down to second base as they went for the double play and couldn't turn it.
Yeah, he tried to hit behind the runner right there. He just cut a swing down, pitch away, hit it right to the first baseman, but he didn't overswing. Trying to hit that hole right there.
Well, that throw looked like it was right there, Mike.
It did. It almost looked like it went right off of Ramirez's head.
And it will be on the pitcher, that error.
Absolutely. That was a great pitch. Or, I'm sorry, that was a great throw. I think he was trying to concentrate on touching the bag.
Yeah.
As many times as you do that in spring training, you should actually know where you are every time. Man, that almost looked like it hit right off his forehead.
Man. There's Brock Holt. Red Sox catch a break here on the error. Hitting 189, no homers, 2 runs batted in. Was chatting with Brock before tonight's game, and he feels so much better.
That's good.
And in the worst days of that battle with vertigo, feeling normal again. In there for a strike.
You just don't hit that very often right there. That backdoor breaking ball right there. But I'm glad he seems comfortable. He's not pressing, even though he's just, making his way back. He's not pressing.
To the right side, again backhanded by Crone. This time Ramirez there to make the play, and down to third base is Vasquez with 2 down. Arbella Insurance Foundation is the proud presenting sponsor of the WEEI Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon, dedicated to striking out cancer in kids. Arbella donates $50 for every strikeout by a Red Sox pitcher, up to $100,000. Arbella Insurance Foundation, here for the Jimmy Fund, here for good. So 2 gone for Marcus Betts. 0 for 1 with a ground ball.
Everybody's going to go, who's he talking about?
On earth, who did the Red Sox promote? Yeah.
Who did we trade?
Mookie looking to pick up his 61st RBI. And put the Red Sox in front 2-0.
Yeah, he just doesn't seem comfortable with his fastball just yet. So he's starting guys off with breaking balls.
Well, they're announcing that the Angels had gone 14 consecutive games without an error until Ramirez could not handle the throw moments ago. So that ended that.
It's always the pitcher. They blame everything on pitchers. Come on. Dang it. You don't get many chances, and then you flub one up, and then that happens.
Sure. You don't see that very often. A pitcher simply not making the catch on it. Maybe it's dropped once in a while, but I think it's exactly what you said. He was feeling for the bag.
Yeah, he was feeling for the bag. I mean, you do that 1,000 times on the minimum in spring training. So many times, you do it in your sleep.
PFP.
Oh boy.
Benintendi on deck. Red Sox had 1-0.
I help out with the high school where I live, close to Denver, and I try to get those guys to cover first base. I'm like, you guys just got to do it. It's got to be a reaction. Look at this. It almost looks like it hits. Oh, yeah, I got him on the head, but right off the end of his glove. Of course, the speed of Vasquez, kind of scared him, I'm sure.
Right. Well, Christian is at third base with 2 down. And the 2-2 into right center field. Coming on a dive. He can't get it. Gets past Calhoun. The run is in. Betts takes off for second. That was do or die for Calhoun, and it drops in for a base hit.
That was it's a great effort. It's a great effort. You're gonna do it. I mean, the guy's gonna score anyway if you take the base hit, but I don't agree with the dive right there. I really don't.
It's a great point, Mike, because it looks good, but it's not a smart baseball play.
Not, I get that you have innings now, to make up for some of that stuff, but it's not like their offense is on fire and they're making a lot of runs here.
And now Betts is at second.
Yeah, now he's in
scoring position, and there's a base hit into left center field. And that's the reason it's going to burn you.
Absolutely.
Here comes Mookie Betts in to score, and the Red Sox lead it 3-0. I'll give the Sox some credit, swinging the bats here against Ramirez with 2 down.
Yeah, just not a smart play by Calhoun right there. Just take let him have the single. I mean, he would have been on second base right there anyway, but either way, it's not a run on the board.
The extension dive by Calhoun, and oh so close, but the Red Sox have now capitalized.
And your pitcher's not happy with it either. I mean, he definitely applauds the effort. I mean, we appreciate the effort on the mound, but when things like that and a guy scores on it, yeah, is it an error off him? No, it's a base hit on the pitcher, so it becomes an earned run.
Mookie Betts with another double before he scored, number 31. So he's number 1 in that category in the American League. And now has an 8-game hitting streak.
Man just gets it done now.
And now Dustin Pedroia, who drew a walk in the first inning. Here's Ramirez's reaction to the dive, and I think that says it all.
Yeah, he's he appreciates the effort. He really does, with the little pat on his glove, but he's like, that's kind of frustrating.
To the shortstop, backhanded by Simmons. The force play retires the side, but the Red Sox continue to strike and now lead it 3-0 here in Anaheim. Get expert emergency care without leaving the ballpark at Fenway with the Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center First Aid Station. It's located behind Section 12 on the lower concourse. Visit bidmc.org. Mike Timlin, Dave O'Brien, and Jemai Webster with you here from Anaheim. The Red Sox have struck for 3 and have a 3-0 lead in the second inning.
Well, it's not 5 before he got on the mound, but hey, a 3-run lead. That'll work.
Back-to-back nights where the Red Sox are supporting the starting pitcher quite well. Simmons hitting .287. He's had a very solid year with 9 homers. He's driven in 40. Lifetime .338 against the Red Sox. That'd be followed by Calhoun and then Maldonado against David Price.
He's only got 1 hit off David Price. That's not a lot. Of course, you know, David doesn't give a whole lot of hits to too many people.
Price has allowed 2 earned runs in his last 21 innings.
That's amazing. I mean, that's him just being comfortable, getting back into a groove. He was like that in Tampa. I mean, you saw him in Tampa. And he'd get on the mound. It's like, oh gosh, we're facing this guy.
Saw too much of him in Tampa.
Yeah.
Remember when he came up in 2008 in that ALCS, and this tall, lanky kid, throwing 97 miles an hour out of the bullpen. Remember, he was out of the bullpen.
Out of the bullpen, yeah. Live arm. Still got his live arm. He's not that old.
But 31 years old.
Yeah, my son wasn't real happy to see him when we lost in the playoffs there. And we used to live down there. He's like, I don't like them. I don't like the Rays. I just don't like them because they beat you guys. Like, hey, dude, it's baseball. It's going to happen.
It was a great series.
It was a fantastic series.
But I really thought that Red Sox team was as good as the 07 and the 04 Red Sox team, as World Series capable as those two teams.
I totally agree with you right there. We were solid up and down the lineup, but as good as we were, the league makes adjustments, and Tampa, they had the momentum. For whatever reason, they had enough momentum and they just beat us.
Well, they had a really good ball club, good pitching staff, and they wound up going on to the World Series, losing that year to the Philadelphia Phillies.
Well, I mean, I don't think you're allowed to win your first World Series. I think it's in the rules.
It's against the rules.
Yeah. You can go, but you have to lose.
Doubleday wrote that, I think.
I think you're right.
That one ripped down the left field line, but it is foul. Nice play made by the ball attendant down there.
Boy, catch right there.
And a look that says, I do this all the time. There's no reason to get excited.
I think he turned around and goes, man, that hit me right in the palm. Man, that hurts.
A broken bat for Simmons, so he gets a new one. Calhoun on deck. Simmons has been swinging a good bat for a while, hitting .315 since the 12th of May.
It's a lot of pitches. Man, for a 1-2 count, that's pretty amazing.
In play, Dustin Pedroia will set him down, 1 away. CVS Health is investing $50 million over 5 years to extend their commitment to helping people lead tobacco-free lives and move us one step closer toward a tobacco-free generation. Learn more at cvshhealth.com/be-the-first.
Best pitch in baseball. Ground ball to second base.
Well, you sinker ball guys now. You all say the same thing. The perfect inning. 3 pitches, 3 ground balls to the second baseman.
Absolutely. Make your second baseman, make your shortstop all-stars if you can in 1 inning. It'd be great.
Calhoun fouls that one away. .239 with 12 homers and 41 runs batted in. When you're talking about some of the great playoff series that you were able to pitch in, and you pitched in a lot of them in your career.
That makes my shoulder hurt.
Yeah, I'll bet it does. I mean, big games, great series, 4 World Series rings for you, and over and above those that you won, you were in a lot of playoff series with different franchises. That's
true. I did pitch quite a bit. I guess I was just blessed in that order. It's not. I don't feel like I had I definitely didn't have an all-star career. I wasn't, I pitched in a lot of games, but it just seemed that I was at the right spot at the right time.
Well, what is that now? It's over 1,000 appearances in the major leagues. I mean, that's kind of astounding. That's over 1,000 major league appearances and a lot of high tension performances too later in games.
Growing up, as I say, growing up in the American League East, I came in with Toronto. You played against the Red Sox, you played against the Yankees. We played, way back in the day. Detroit was in there, Milwaukee was in there, and it was a tough league. And I had some great teachers: Dwayne Ward, Tom Hinkie, Jim Acker, David Wells. These guys taught me how to play the game and how to play the game right. And that's how I took that very first year and just tried to extrapolate throughout my career.
I'll clean it up a little bit, but you were telling a great story on the way over to the ballpark today. And we really should have a camera and microphones in the car on our way over to record some of the stuff. But you had a bullpen coach who said to you, and it was his mantra, and I'll clean it up: don't mess around. When you go on the mound, just don't mess around.
Just don't mess around.
Just do your thing.
Yeah, absolutely. John Sullivan. And I just saw him in Rochester, New York a couple of days ago, and he was all about business. And he said, when you go out there, just don't mess around. And, you can put whatever you want in there as an adjective.
Yeah.
But
you know exactly
you know where we're going with that. But he wanted you to go out there and literally just throw strikes. Part of it, I think, he was an older guy. He'd get down on one knee and he'd catch us in the bullpen, and you bounce one, and he'd give you this look like, dude, really? He's not going to yell at you. So he'd just pull another ball. He wouldn't go get the ball. He'd just pull another ball out of his back pocket and throw it. And he's like, kind of tilt his head and go, don't mess.
But he was a little ticked off.
Absolutely.
And that was in the bullpen. That wasn't even.
It was
in
the bullpen, and the reason was he expected you to throw the ball where you wanted to throw the ball or where you needed to throw the ball. You're a professional.
Yeah,
absolutely.
High standards. That was a great bullpen. You guys had too.
Yeah, we had a really good bullpen. I considered myself totally the weak link in that bullpen. I mean, I was the long guy.
3-2, and he's going to walk Calhoun here. So long at bat for Cole Calhoun. He is aboard in front of Maldonado. And a base runner, the second of the ball game here for the Angels. Red Sox on top 3-0. .95, but off the corner.
Well, for whatever reason, Calhoun hitting off Price is hitting .313. He sees him well, and for a left-hander against a left-hander, that's not that doesn't happen every day.
Maldonado, a .247 hitter. He's homered 11 times, including last night to break up the shutout bid.
I think he took advantage of Kyle, and knowing he was going to come pound the zone, and he guessed correct at the right time, and he squared it up.
Put a good swing on it. His previous career high was 8 home runs back in 2012. He'll look at a strike.
And David's not going to let him extend his arms. I mean, obviously he learned something, from Kyle last night. Don't let him extend his hands. Pound him on the zone, or pound him on the inside part. If he can get him looking inside, then maybe he can throw that backdoor cutter or a changeup or something down the way.
This guy's a good throwing catcher. He has caught 41% trying to steal this season. So he's in that Vasquez-Leon category. Right past him at 96.
Wow. Sees the fastball. He's going to cut loose. He didn't get cheated on that swing right there.
No, sir.
Guy hurt my back when he swung. Definitely felt the breeze up here.
Calhoun on at first with one away. Price looking for what would be his 3rd K in the book tonight. And right there, he struck him out. 96 again.
What we would call the rocking chair. So rock him, make him rock back, and then rock forward on the outside half right there. This is what I've been talking about with David right here against Escobar. He's pounding the zone. I mean, he's setting an example early in the. He's the first guy. He's going to pound the zone. He's going to pound your hands. He's telling the Angels, I'm coming at you, and coming at you with authority.
And struck him out, even though Escobar was none too happy. One of 3 victims tonight for Price, who set the Red Sox record last season for the most Ks by a lefty. 228, surpassing John Lester's record of 225.
Wow. Good company.
And last night, if you missed it, Chris Sale reached 200 for the season here in July.
And didn't get to keep the ball.
No, Sandy Leon thought so little of the accomplishment, he flipped it up into the stands.
He's like, you don't need it. You're going to be somewhere else. Go ahead, just give it away.
300, my bet is he'll hold on to.
He might do that.
But it was to a Red Sox fan, a young lady named Erin, who Jemai was able to chat with, and she was over the moon. Pedroia handles his chance down to get it and throws on to retire Pennington and retire the side. 1 man left. Red Sox up 3-0.
Welcome back to Fenway Park, where the Red Sox lead the Anaheim Angels 3-0 in the top of the third. And it was interesting development, Dave, to see Hanley Ramirez inserted into the lineup because Red Sox manager John Farrell had said he wanted to see him against lefties and also play first base. But he wanted to balance out the workload because the short turnaround tomorrow, he says day games in Anaheim are taxing, and Hanley will be at first as well on Monday night in Seattle. That's the expectation.
Well, so far working out just fine tonight. Jemai has an RBI single in his first at bat to chase in Andrew Benintendi, and then the Red Sox added 2 more in the second. Mookie Betts with an RBI double, and then Benintendi drove him in with a single.
It's good. I think it's hard to DH. I mean, if you talk to anybody that's ever DH'd, Paul Molitor was a quality hitter that I played with in Toronto, and he didn't even like to DH because he liked being part of the game. You're in the flow of the game. David did a great job with it, but he struggled at the beginning with it, because he just didn't feel like he was part of the game. And he found his rhythm, doing what he had to do, hit off the tee, go underneath, do something with a hitting coach, and found to stay in the game that way.
Of course, Hanley's been in the field his entire career until this year. Occasionally a designated hitter, but he's been at short, been an outfielder and a first baseman. I don't know if it's just imagination or if the numbers back this up, but it seems like he has better days at the plate when he is playing defense.
Well, you know, it just stands to reason. You're part of the game. You feel like you're in the flow of the game. You're on the field. You're moving around. You're not just sitting in there watching the pitcher pitch.
2 hopper right to Simmons. Hanley 1 for 2 in this one. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. don't miss the Ultimate Red Sox show presented by AAA. We have the best of NESN guest analyst Jonny Gomes, plays of the week, and much more. That's tomorrow at 8 only on NESN.
Because there's so many clips of Jonny Gomes, we're going with the best of Jonny Gomes.
This is only the cream of the crop. This is the best stuff. We have eliminated the chaff. Just the gems of Johnny.
We're just going straight with the seeds.
Jackie Bradley 0 for 1. He's flied to left. Johnny's a great storyteller, and he has a lot of stories to tell.
Yes. I didn't get the pleasure of playing with him. He was always
high deep drive to center field. Trout back. Still back. Has some room, though. And they're 2 down.
He was always that guy on the other team that, and I told him this when it came to Boston one time, and it was like, you were that guy that you were on the other team and just hated you.
Sure.
But you also knew what kind of heart he had, and he was one of the best, you know, everybody I've talked to about him, one of the best teammates ever. You know, he was all about the team that he was on, and it's his group, it's his family, and that right there I love about him.
He was indispensable for the 2013 Red Sox. And then march to the championship. Xander Bogaerts 0 for 1. He's grounded back to the pitcher. Xander hitting 6th.
Ramirez looks like he's starting to settle in a little bit, and he's using his fastball a little bit more early in the counts. Maybe he's just a slow starter.
He's been much better on the road than here at Angel Stadium. Here he's 1-5, an ERA of 5.50. 7-3 on the road, an ERA of 3.60.
It's crazy when you have splits like that. I mean, when you're at home, you're comfortable, you're in your own bed, you come to your home clubhouse, you do your thing, and you pitch. But that's really strange.
You would think not a bad ballpark to pitch in.
Well, the weather's awful, and it's kind of muddy out there.
Never a good day.
Yeah.
Never a good day in Anaheim.
No. Disney has fireworks all the time, and maybe it disturbs him.
In there, strike 3. Xander caught looking there, and Ramirez cruises in the 3rd inning. Although Xander not delighted with the strike zone of Phil Cuzzi.
Which Jackie Bradley Jr. catch was better against Aaron Judge or Yunel Escobar? Text 1 for Escobar, text 2 for Judge. Text your answer to 536-536. Message and data rates may apply. We get 1 message per vote. Visit NESN.com/terms for terms, conditions, and our privacy policy. OB?
All right, Jemai, thank you very much. And I want to tell folks that there is a bet on this, as this one is ripped into right field. A base hit for the number 9 man, Ben Revere. Leadoff single here in the 3rd inning. Red Sox on top 3-0. Mike Timlin bet our producer, Dan Aspen, a milkshake on this. So I guess you guys are going to have to settle that. You know, which was the better catch, the Aaron Judge home run robbing catch at Fenway. And here's a look at that one on Sunday. Now, this was a magnificent play, and it obviously saved 2 runs, and it came against the Yankees, Mike.
Well, you know, that's part of a factor, you know, and I'm not gonna try to influence, and I'm not gonna tell anybody which one I picked, because I want to see what actually comes of it. But you know, both catches they're absolutely fantastic. They're acrobatic. You know, they take a lot of effort, and you know, he does a great job every day. But you know, we're gonna see what's riding on this.
The play last night, running fast to the right center field fence. And the leap was a work of art. Pedroia down to get it. Stumbles, got rid of it, and got the out there. That's all the Red Sox get. And Bogarts was there in time to force Revere for the first out of the inning. And then the play last night.
Oh my goodness, yes.
And
let's see this again.
He
it's
really
just fun.
seemed to hang for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, he does. He just kind of hangs there. And I love the thing on Twitter. You know, they had the Angels in the outfield deal, you know, about this catch. He just, you know, of course, obviously we're playing here in Anaheim. That was pretty cool. You know, I don't know if you noticed that last play, the ground ball up the middle. If you get a chance, maybe we'll go back and you'll see David Price. It's fieldable for him. He can catch this ball, but he lets it go. Watch his reaction. He'll stick his glove up. Oh, nope. Because he knows that Petey's going to be there. You know, obviously he falls down, but irrelevant. He's quick enough to actually think, my second baseman's got that, and we can turn it. They can turn it faster than I can.
Obviously hoping for a double play there. A little stumble by Pedroia, but got the out at second base. And now Trout, who struck out looking first time up.
98% of the time that they turn that. You know, he just, I don't know, maybe did a Louis Soho and caught a shoelace. Who knows?
One and two on Trout.
That's a good cutter. I mean, you don't slip many pitches by this guy.
There's not much he can't do. He can dunk a basketball. He's an outstanding basketball player in high school in New Jersey. He's almost bowled a 300 game. He got to 286, and he still laments not getting 300. That's nothing for Mookie Betts. Mookie does that all the time.
You know, that's funny that you say that, because we were talking about the competitive nature of athletes earlier.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter what you're doing. You know, you want to win.
Ripped. Foul.
Man, that was a bullet.
It was right into Pat Gamir's camera. Not far from Jemai.
Jemai, you should have caught that, dude.
Too hot. I could not get it. It came in far too hot, and it broke the lens on Patrick's camera. So,
oh my!
We're gonna have to send this bill to our bosses.
Right at you.
It's a dangerous game.
Oh yeah. Woo! That was close.
Look at this. It's coming right at you. Look at the spin on the ball. Yeah, you can't even see it.
Oh my God! Right in the camera angle.
Bang.
Yeah. See, this is why you have to keep your head on the swivel. Mike Trout trying to take our heads off.
Wow.
Woo!
Pat, way to hang in there.
He's a professional. He's going to stay in there.
Mike Trout up there. Sox up 3-0.
Runner at first base for the Angels.
Now we've got a good battle. Got a great battle going on now.
Two-time MVP, the reigning most valuable player in the American League. And they fight on.
And he's pounding the inside corner. I mean, this guy is a dangerous hitter. He will take you deep. But Price is going well enough that he is going to pound the inside corner, which if you start getting them to look in the first couple of ABs, that opens up the outer half for later on in the game.
Hey, Texas has defeated Tampa Bay 4-3.
Still coming in.
3-2. So should the Red Sox win the ball game, they will have a 4.5 game lead over the Rays. Who at the moment are tied with the Yankees for second place.
And the Yankees are down right now, 2-1.
Yeah, that's in the third inning at Seattle. And the 3-2, he walked him. So Trout wins that fight. Price with his second walk. Well, tomorrow at 2:30, don't miss Red Sox first pitch presented by Joseph Abboud, available at Men's Warehouse. You'll hear from Angels starter Parker Bridwell on his long journey to success this season. Here comes Albert Pujols, base hit first time up. He has runners at first and second with one down. Red Sox up 3-0.
I think Price is a little upset he let Trout get away. That's kind of a fishing story right there, isn't it? Just kind of overthrew that last pitch, opened up a little bit and let it fly. Just missed. Well, he missed up, but not happy with himself.
Pujols takes the first pitch for ball one. Next run he scores will be the 1700th of his career.
It's a lot of times crossing home plate.
It is, and he'll be just the 6th player to hit 600 homers, score 1700 runs. He will join Barry Bonds, Hank Aaron, Babe Ruth, Alex Rodriguez, and Willie Mays.
I really thought you were going to run my name on that list.
No, you're oddly enough, Mike. You're on page 2.
Oh yeah, I'm on page 2, and there's only one page.
Some career, which will culminate in Cooperstown.
He deserves it. He
Now,
really does.
Price is thinking about a little 6-4-3, and that one ripped instead down the line. That's going to keep on bouncing all the way to the fence. One run is in. Here comes Trout around to score. 2 runs in. Pujols doubles in a pair. And that'll make it a 3-2 game.
He's seeing the ball well off Price right now. Back-to-back hits. He's been pounding him inside, and he just opened up and, dropped some head on that ball. And he hit it well. And it's not a great bounce right here for Benintendi. Kind of gets by him right there. Lets Albert go to second base.
RBI is 58 and 59, his 10th double of the season. And he represents the tying run here in the third inning. C.J. Cron will climb in. 0 for 1, he's flied to right. And the first one in there for a called strike.
Yeah. Shows a little respect right there. Show him, using an off-speed pitch early.
This guy's been some trouble for the Red Sox in 8 career games, .324, but he pops this one a mile in the air to left. Benintendi has all night. Pujols will hold at second, and they're 2 away.
Yeah, that was another off-speed pitch right there. And they just got him off balance, got him on the front foot, got underneath that ball.
Andrelton Simmons will climb in next. Well, tonight, after Red Sox coverage on NESN Sports Today, we'll save you time with highlights from the Cape Cod Baseball League All-Star Game and a historic round from the British Open. NESN Sports Today, presented by People's United Bank. See what know-how can do. I won't blow it, but somebody shot an unbelievable round. I'll just leave it at that. At the Open. That one hammered to left field. That's a deep drive. Headed for the corner. That ball's gone. Simmons with a 2-run homer. Just like that, the Angels have the lead.
Well, they put the ball in play. And as many strikes as Price is throwing, they've got a chance to hit it hard. I mean, these are major league hitters, and they'll get you.
It did not take long. Red Sox went into the inning ahead 3-0. Now 4-3.
Looked like almost a cutter or a changeup, just on the inside corner. And we got enough of it.
Simmons with his 10th. Albert Pujols crossing home plate for his 1700th career run. Number 26 all time to do that. Sends up Calhoun. So the lead has disappeared for the Red Sox.
Well, I still have faith in David. He's throwing the ball too well to let this get away.
In the inning, a single, a double, a walk, and a 2-run homer. And this one popped up. Xander Bogaerts on the backside of that mound, and he'll take it to retire the side. But the Red Sox now have work to do. The lead is gone. Trout right into your living room, busting a lens. We're going to bill him for that. He can afford it.
I think he could.
Red Sox coming to bat and suddenly trailing here 4-3 in Anaheim. Mitch Moreland to lead off the 4th inning against J.C. Ramirez. Mitch with a base hit first time up. And it's Vasquez and Holt.
Well, he's mixing his pitches fairly well. He's breaking balls early, pitching guys backwards, fastballs late. Ball gets on you in a hurry. He's got a nice live arm.
J.C. Ramirez, Juan Carlos Ramirez, 8-8 coming in, including a win over the Sox. And one area where the Red Sox have really improved here suddenly in recent games is hitting with runners in scoring position. You remember they went through that awful period where they were 9 out of 82 in the previous 11 games. Well, the last 3 games, they're 13 for 21.
I'll be Captain Obvious. That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
I mean, you know, it's
paid off last night. It has so far tonight.
Absolutely.
So right now it's about getting men on base.
And as many wins as they've had and struggling in that area, that's pretty good.
In there for strike 3. Moreland caught admiring the pitch.
I mean, they're doing something right at the right time. But
we'll be back tomorrow afternoon to wrap up this series with the Angels in Anaheim. You can join us even if you're out on the beach or doing your Sunday errands by live streaming tomorrow's 3:30 day game on your favorite device anytime, anywhere you go. Visit NESN.com or download the NESN Go app to watch on your mobile. Vasquez hits a trickler, but foul. And off the line, Escobar fired across anyway, but a foul ball.
Well, that last pitch to Moreland was a perfect pitch. You know, backdoor breaking ball. You've seen it a few times. You know, guys just kind of tend to give up on the ball because it's off the plate, and the next thing you know, it just catches just enough into the zone. Yeah, so he's just going to lay off this pitch, and it's right there. I mean, right there. That's a perfect pitcher's pitch.
Best you can do there is foul it off. Maybe.
And maybe. You might not even have a shot to do that.
Vasquez reached on an error. First time up. This one's going to be a fair ball. Handled by Escobar. 2 up and 2 down. And tomorrow at 3, don't miss Red Sox Game Day Live, presented by DCU. Adam Pellerin and Tim Wakefield will preview tomorrow's starter Rick Porcello. DCU is Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you? 2 away for Brock Holt. He's 0 for 1 tonight.
Oh for 1 against JC also in his career. So 0 for 2. I'd like to see him knock that 0 off.
Bases are empty and 2 down. Mookie Betts on deck. Red Sox came into play today 55 and 43, the second best record in the American League. Fly down the line. Revere looking for room. Crossing the foul line. He makes the play to retire the side. So fast inning for the Red Sox at the plate. They go 1-2-3.
Thursday, August 3rd is Jackie Bradley Jr. bobblehead night at Fenway Park. The first 12,000 fans in attendance will receive a JBJ bobblehead presented by Drizzly. For tickets and more information, visit redsox.com/promos.
I wonder if that's one of those pose bobbleheads, you know, like in an action position. They did one a few years ago with Dustin Pedroia, which I think is my favorite all time. He was diving. He was airborne.
That's pretty cool. I mean, they could probably, you know, put him up against the wall somewhere.
Yes.
Just kind of pin him right to the wall and have a little piece of the Green Monster or something right there.
I like the way you think. You may be on to a second career, a third career.
Sometimes I can be creative.
Like that. Maldonado 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Angels on top. That one a little squibber to first base. And Hanley will flip on Price there to tap the bag for the out. One away. Time for us to toss it back to the studio. Casey standing by. Casey, what in the world is going on in social media?
Jackie Bradley Jr. making ridiculous catches this season. Last Sunday, putting the kibosh on an Aaron Judge home run. Last night, bottom of the first, Anaheim's Yunel Escobar and his hit, no match for JBJ. So how does he do it? Maybe there are angels in the outfield. That's the O's Adam Jones's theory, at least. Hey, it could happen. Dave, Mike.
Like that one too. Yeah, we were chatting about that a little bit earlier.
Yeah, that's the one I saw go across Twitter. That was pretty cool.
Here's Pennington 0 for 1. He has dribbled one to second base. And then Ben Revere, bottom third of the order. So an opportunity for David Price to bounce back here. Price coming in with a career record of 126 wins, 67 losses. ERA around 3.20 for the 31-year-old.
That's quality. Oh, nice and tight right there. 3.20 ERA. I mean, in this league, I mean, I understand, you know, what I really don't understand is, I mean, you look at the Gibsons and you look at, you know, the Ryans and, you know, you look at everybody that pitched prior to you being on the field, and they put up ridiculous numbers constantly, you know, 1s, 2s. If you have a 2 ERA now, that is absolutely amazing.
Which is what Sale's doing these days.
Absolutely.
You know, less than 2.5. And of course, we're talking about guys like Bob Gibson. They were on a higher mound than you pitched on.
That's true. That's true. And, you know, you can't discount this. It was a bigger zone. I mean, it was a little bit more liberal, up and down, not side to side, but up and down. You know, the high strike was called a little bit more often in the armpit area, and guys swung at that stuff. You know, Jim Cott, Jim Palmer, you know, they all pitched at this time, and, you know, they used that to their advantage.
Pennington down on strikes, and they're 2 away.
But, you know, the zone's changed a little bit. Guys are bigger and stronger now. You know, there's more power pitchers now, but, you know, you still have to get guys out, and it's a difficult situation.
We'll send up Ben Revere, base hit for him the first time up. First hit he's ever had against Price. He had been 0 for 6.
I talked to Jim Palmer years ago when I came back with Boston through Baltimore. He said, there's no way I could pitch now. No way. I mean, it's not that he didn't throw hard, but he wouldn't have been able to throw strikes. You know, because he pitched, he was a 12-6 curveball, you know, top of the zone guy, and guys swung at that stuff.
Fan getting the lid back. You know, Jim Palmer is a great pitcher.
Absolutely.
I have a hard time believing he could not have pitched successfully in other eras. And I guess I kind of see his point. And to what you said earlier, when you watch some old tapes of, you know, the World Series in the 60s and the 70s, and that high strike was so prevalent back then.
Yes, it was.
And hasn't been for some time. You know, they used to actually call that armpit strike what I would refer to as a rule book strike.
Right, right. Well, I may have misspoken. You know, maybe he said I probably couldn't survive. You know, I mean, definitely as good a pitcher as he was, and the numbers that he put up, he could make the adjustment and pitch.
I would think.
I mean, if he was, you know, if he was 25 years old, you know, you put him out on the mound and he would make adjustments to this zone. but it's just not what he was used to doing when he pitched. And he sees the game a little bit differently.
Angels leading here 4-3. Punch to the shortstop, Xander Bogaerts, and it skips off him and off into left field. Big turn at first, but Revere is safely back to the base, and that'll be an error on Xander.
Yeah, I'm sure he's upset about that. Great pitch by Price, keeping him on the ground right here. You know, he's got plenty of speed, and that put a little pressure on Xander right there, but he just kind of took his eye off the ball and hit him right on the wrist.
Xander with his 10th error of the season. And a base runner here for the Halos. Top of the order now, and Escobar, who's gone 0 for 2, but he reached on a fielder's choice last time and came in to score as part of their 4 runs in the 3rd inning to overtake the Sox, who had a 3-0 lead going into that inning.
There's got to be some kind of significance that he picked the number 0. Something's going on there.
I'm going to try to get to the bottom of that. I think you might be right about that.
I mean, there's not many guys that pick 0.
No. No, it's not a popular number in baseball.
No, it's not. I just wonder what he's got going on. I mean, I'm partial to a 0, but usually a 5 in front of it.
Yes. You and Mookie Betts.
Well, Marcus and I were.
Marcus, right. As Jackie calls him.
Yeah, that's right.
Escobar, a guy came to the United States at the age of 21. He spent 3 harrowing days at sea after leaving his family behind in Cuba. Finally, in January of 07, his father and his 10-year-old sister came to the United States, followed by his mom in June.
Well, there's a reason somewhere.
We will effort to find out.
Put the track dogs on it. Somebody will pull it up.
2 down and the 3-0 in there for a strike. Trout on deck. Certainly Price is mindful of that and would much rather have him leading off an inning.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. You really don't want him swinging with too many guys on base.
It's a big pitch here on 3-1, and he does walk him. Put runners on at first and second, and Trout will bat right now. And don't miss WB Mason Extra Innings Live right after the game. Adam Pellerin and Tim Wakefield will break down David Price's start. Whatever, whenever, wherever, who but WB Mason.
You know, that last pitch was kind of touching on the fact that we were calling the high strike. I mean, you know, in the little ghost zone that we have there, in my opinion, that was through it. It touched the zone, but you know, Phil sees it a different way. I mean, this is not a bad pitch. It looks tremendously high, but if you look at that little zone off to the right, you can see it.
Looked like it caught the top of the zone.
Sure.
So here's Trout. He's already walked and struck out. He has scored a run.
But as umpires see sometimes, you know, if you're not throwing strikes and then you throw one close that you think should be a called strike and they call it a ball, it just kind of messes up their flow, and they're like, well, you're not throwing strikes and you're not proving to me that you're throwing strikes. I'm not going to give you the benefit of the doubt.
He misses with ball 1. Trout grew up in New Jersey, a big Derek Jeter fan. As 2 men on with 2 down. Pops up a mile out of play to the right.
I'm a fan of Derek Jeter now.
Now you are.
Yeah, now, because I don't have to face him, and he's not playing. Yeah, I played against Derek his whole career.
You really did, didn't you?
I did. I was in the league before he got there. He got there in '95, and you know, they stuck this young skinny kid out at shortstop, and man, he was amazing. you know, he could just catch and hit and run, and you know, just he was having a blast out there.
Right through there for a called strike, so he jumps ahead 1-2.
But now that you know, you don't see him walk up, you know, in a gray uniform at Fenway Park, you know, I'm a fan of him.
Easier to like him.
Easier to like him. Yeah, I mean, he's a great guy. He's a nice guy. We became friends over the years. I mean, I liked him so well, I hit him in the face with a fastball one time.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
1-2.
I don't think Joe Torre was really happy at the time. Yeah, you know, and I knew Derek, and I knew him personally. You know, I was like, and I kind of walked forward. You know, you don't want to be obvious that you really, you know, you hit a guy. You don't want to hurt anybody, honestly, but you know, I hit him in the face. It was a sinker that just kind of sailed and caught him right in the face. And
he was no worse for the wear, as it turned out.
No, I think he was fine. But
yeah,
I walked forward, you know, and Joe runs out there, and the trainer runs out there. I'm like, you know, I'm casually kind of not looking at the plate. I'm like, Joe, is he okay? And he just looks at me like I am just straight the devil.
Right
at that point.
2-2. High pop up into short center field. Coming on Jackie Bradley to take command of this. And Price gets out of the jam and pitches around the error. Still 4-3 the Angels.
Festival returns to Fenway Park with a doubleheader featuring 4 of the most prominent teams in the world. In addition to hurling, the festivities will include a lively Irish festival complete with Irish food, music, and dancing. Tickets are on sale now at redsox.com/hurling. And OB, I know Mike, he's already got a pair for himself.
Mike is big into hurling. No question about it.
I am Irish.
Of course. That Irish festival has a nice ring to it. Mookie Betts leading things off here. Great to have Mike Timlin with us. He's lucky he was not arrested and imprisoned, of course, for hitting Derek Jeter in the face.
You know, I going back to that, that night, well, shoot.
0-2, cut on and miss for strike 3.
There's so much part of this story. It's crazy.
Now I really want to hear it. As one man is out for the Red Sox here in the 5th inning.
Well, you know, I hit him in the face, and he goes to first base, and I asked Joe if he was okay, and you know, I asked Derek as he's jogging down the first base line, and not trying to be obvious, you know, that I really care. He gets to first base, and I pick off. And, you know, he kind of looks at me like, you know, with this little smile. And he gets to second base finally, and I think it was a pass ball or something in the dirt. And I turn around and I go, dude, are you okay? He goes, man. He goes, That hurt.
I would think so.
I was like, yeah, sorry, bro. I mean, that was 93 on your lips.
Yeah.
That's going to hurt.
Legions of female fans were weeping.
Oh,
Thought,
on the bus ride, I swore someone was going to try to assassinate me in New York City.
Yeah.
Getting back to, our hotel. I thought, I was either going to be arrested and killed in some side street or, someone's just going to shoot me.
Glad you made it. glad you made it. All safe and sound.
Luckily, it's just a game. It was just a game.
Benintendi with a walk and an RBI single tonight. Pokes that one down the third base line, but foul. He'll be followed by Pedroia. Mookie Betts striking out to begin the inning. Red Sox are trailing 4-3. They did have a 3-0 lead. And once again, J.C. Ramirez performing fairly well against the Red Sox. Already beaten the Sox once. He was back in June at Fenway.
We need to figure out this puzzle right here. That's a great location on that pitch right there. That's one of those you either take like he did, or you swing and make contact and you hit the top of your foot and you cry for the rest of the game inside.
There's a drive, socked deep down the right field line, but could he straighten out? He could not, on a foul ball. And a beautiful swing by Benintendi, but nothing to show for it.
Yeah, that was a great swing, great contact.
And a noisy strike. And a 1-2 from J.C. Ramirez. And in there for strike three. He snuck it in. So Ramirez with back-to-back Ks here in the fifth.
That's one of those instances right there where he has pounded that spot 3 or 4 times, and he throws something close and Phil gives it to him because he's proven that he can throw a strike right there.
Stay tuned after the third out of this half inning for the mid-fifth studio show with Casey and Emerson. Sends up Pedroia. He has walked and hit into a fielder's choice.
We need to see the laser show break out right here.
As of late, it's been breaking out all over the place. He's had the hottest bat in the lineup. Just had a 9-game hit streak come to an end yesterday. Leads the majors with 27 RBIs in his last 21 games. 12 for his last 21 with runners in scoring position. That's only 571.
Is that all? Just 571? I don't know if you noticed, but there was a great one-handed catch right there off that foul ball. Up top. The guy just stood up. Of course, there's everybody standing there. He just stuck his hand up and caught it. I do appreciate that. No glove, no nothing.
Glove.
Yeah.
Nope. Very casual.
Yeah, just out of the ball game, just playing a little catch.
The 1-2 to Pedroia. And strike three. Boy, strikes out the side. Pedroia not overly excited about that, but 3 up, 3 down. Time now to turn it over to Casey and Emerson for the mid-fifth studio show. There were some fireworks here as that man, Phil Cuzzy, tossed John Farrell out of the ball game. His second ejection of the season, disputing that called third strike.
I mean, he's not threatening. He's not doing. He may have said something, you know, that maybe he shouldn't have, but it's not like he was showing him up or in his face or anything like that. That's, you know, I think that's totally wrong.
So that was the discussion after he was run, just as Price was going out to begin his warm-up tosses. And here's the pitch in question.
It's, you know, it's a borderline pitch. It really is. And, you know, Petey shows Phil that he's not happy with it right there. You know, with the body language, not throwing his helmet, not doing anything like that, because Petey doesn't show people up. And then, you know, I don't know what John said, but you know, Phil didn't like it.
It's automatic. You will be thrown out if you come out to argue balls and strikes.
But it didn't look like he was arguing. That's the whole thing. You know, he was just, especially in between innings.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Now, if he was coming out to protect Dustin Pedroia,
sure,
and keep him in the ball game, and doesn't say anything about balls and strikes,
correct,
he should not be thrown out of the game, you would think.
Yeah, for whatever reason, you know, and he didn't seem like he was trying to keep Petey in the game, you know.
Bull stings another one. Really had a big night tonight. 3 times he has hit the ball very hard, and he's 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs. The 75th inning gets underway for the Angels.
Many times. That dude's on fire. I mean, you know, shoot. He's seeing Price well.
Been on fire since 2001. Last couple of years, maybe not so much, but and only hitting .237 coming into this, but he can really hit. His 6th 3-hit game of the season.
Wow.
Certainly one of the great hitters of his generation. Here's C.J. Cron. He has flied out twice as he pops a foul out of play.
You know, the thing that concerns me, we're in the 5th inning, and Price has 85 pitches. He's throwing a lot of pitches. Not that he can't, you know, stretch it out and go, you know, 105 to 120 easily, because he's strong like that, but it's a concerning number to me. I personally don't believe in the 100 pitch limit. I just don't.
Well, his season high is 112. That was against Minnesota in a 7-inning victory. His last start, he went 8 innings and needed 107 pitches, just 107 for that one. Runner at first base and nobody out. Cron the batter, and then Simmons, who's already hit a home run tonight, a 2-run shot. Wave and a miss. That one disappeared on him.
Absolutely. Well, you know, he might have been a little sharper his last time out. You know, with just 107 in 8 innings. Not missing so much.
Well, he's allowed 5 hits. Of course, 3 of those came in that 3rd inning. And there's another base hit into left field. Back-to-back singles. Cron on. Albert down to second base. And we'll send up Andrelton Simmons, who blasted that home run in the 3rd inning to give them the lead.
Hopefully he can make an adjustment from the last time we saw him to this time. And I think he taught Andrelton inside. I mean, literally taught him, I'm going to pitch you inside, and he took a shot and got that cutter at the right time.
His 10th home run. He's had a good year here. Former Atlanta Brave, 2-time Gold Glover. Pujols and Cron on the bases. Now one socked to right field. That's going to drop down for a hit. Pujols into third base. They're going to wave him in. The throw now will be cut off by Hanley Ramirez, and they have a rundown going as Pujols scores. And now Cron will be tagged out, and safely into second base is Simmons. And so the Angels will take a 5-3 lead on the base hit by Simmons. And He has driven in 3 runs tonight.
I really thought they had a shot at BOS at home. I guess Hanley had his back to the dish and didn't really see it, but he did see the guy stop at second base and the guy around first base here, and he catches them both at second base, which is a smart play. But
Vasquez looked like he was bracing for a throw.
Absolutely.
It did not come. So Simmons with a 3 RBI game. 5-3 Angels. 1 man out as Cron is put out in a rundown, and Calhoun is the hitter. He's walked and popped to short.
And even though you work on your
got him. Calhoun gets hit by the pitch. They'll put runners at first and second.
And even though you work on your cutoffs and relays and spring training, and when you get to where you are, you're playing in a hostile environment. It's loud. It's a base hit by the other team. Sometimes you don't hear the catcher say, cut or don't cut, let it go. So.
Carl Willis out after the hit batsman to talk with Price, who's allowed 3 hits and now struck a batter. Here's the pitching line, brought to you by Ace Ticket. So far 5 runs, 7 hits, 3 walks and a hit batsman, up to 91 pitches. Gary DeSarcina has the ball club now with John Farrell's 2nd ejection of the season. No activity in the Red Sox bullpen yet.
I do expect somebody to get up pretty quickly, at least to be kind of going along with him.
Maldonado will climb in. Pretty good power, 11 homers. He has struck out and grounded out in this one.
You think it's a little strange for DeSarcina to be managing in his old ballpark?
I wonder how it feels for him.
Yeah.
He's a popular player here.
He was. He's a good player. Tough out.
First and second, 1 down. And across for strike 1. Yeah, looking across at Mike Scioscia, who seemingly has been here forever now. 18 seasons as the manager of the Angels.
That is impressive. He was a smart catcher. He's a smart manager. He's put together some real good clubs here, and they've had some good success out here.
They won the World Series in 2002 here. And a little dribbler foul.
Well, Price, being very smart with what he's doing right now. The guys they're hunting the fastball. It's back-to-back changeups to Maldonado. Keeping it close to the zone. He's looking for the ground ball right here for sure.
Trying to get out of the inning with a double play. Red Sox had an early 3-0 lead, but now the Angels lead it by 2. Price, a long look into Vasquez. Runners lead at first and second. Throw down to second base, but not going to get him. Choose nothing but the best for your cookouts. You can pick up select KM and Coca-Cola products today. Get a free package of hot dog buns too. It's summer. Let's grill KM. Activity in the bullpen. It is Hembry. As he begins to heat up.
And he's pushing, enough pitches. We should definitely have somebody up there.
He's at 94 now.
We could really use a ground ball right.
2-2. Maldonado 3 for 8 lifetime against Price. Left-hander trying to get out of the jam without any further damage. He has allowed a run in the inning. Three and two. If he walks him, they would be loaded for Cliff Pennington. And one would have to wonder if Price would be in the game at that point.
You know, Pennington, he's got 4 hits off David. So it's not like he's totally not comfortable at the dish.
And the 3-2 pitch to Maldonado. Hit hard but foul. The finale of this series coming up tomorrow afternoon. At 3:37, the first pitch. That'll be thrown by Parker Bridwell. Right-handed for the Angels. Rick Porcello will go for the Sox. Will then head north here on the West Coast. Head for Seattle.
Wow, that's old stomping grounds. Been there.
Yes, beautiful city.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous city. Summertime, it's beautiful.
The Emerald City.
I played there. I just love walking around, you know, walking the streets, going down to Pike Market.
Just gorgeous. 3-2 with the runners going, and he popped it foul back out of play. So Mike Scioscia had the runners on the move. Simmons and Calhoun. Mentioned that Texas beat Tampa Bay 4-3. That is a final. Yankees are down 4-2 to Seattle in the top of the 6th inning at Safeco Field. They're still buzzing over the Aaron Judge home run yesterday, which almost left the ballpark, which has never happened before there.
And that is an absolute bomb. I mean, if you hit it, you know, 2 or 3 rows up on those seats up there above the bullpen.
Runners go again. Bogarts will handle that, and not a good toss right past Pedroia. Another run is in. Simmons will score. Runners at first and third. Xander Bogaerts will be charged with his 2nd error tonight. And that'll make it 6-3.
That's got to be a little frustrating for David. Finally gets the double play ball and, you know, just mishandled.
Fielder's choice. He's 6, no RBI.
Yeah, he just flubbed it right there, trying to come out of the glove and just dropped it forward. Oh, I feel bad for him. I've done that. Feel the ball turn it 2, and you know it comes out of your hand, and you're like, this ball's going to center field. Yeah.
Here's Pennington. He's 0 for 2. He's showing bunt and fouls it away, and that's Mike Scioscia baseball right there.
An old National League baseball right there. Get somebody down, just score an extra run because you can.
Sox have not played great defensively behind Price.
And it's not that he's thrown the ball awful. He's pounded the zone. He's, you know, these guys are fouling a few pitches off. I mean, 2 or 3 times I've looked down and seen, you know, 5, 6, 7 pitches per at bat, and that tends to pile up, which is why he's at 99 right now.
Only 1 down, 2 on, bunting again, goes for it, he missed
there
it.
We go.
Now they got him in a rundown. Here's Vasquez going for the tag. That'll be the 2nd out.
Great eye by
right
Vasquez.
Yeah.
Great, smart play. Christian smart player. Just, you know, love his vision back there. He knew it. He just read it the whole way.
Officially a 2-5-2 caught stealing to get Calhoun. On a blown bunt. Maldonado advancing down to 2nd.
Maybe that's the break we needed right there. Change the momentum of the game for us.
tried to hold up, but a swing and a miss, strike 3, and he's really frustrated with himself. Firing down his equipment, he strikes out. But the Angels get a couple of runs and now lead it 6-3. Stay tuned for the Red Sox final presented by Plainridge Park Casino. Adam and Tim will preview the series finale and have a look around the American League East. So the Angels helping the Red Sox cause by running into an out on the bunt play.
Well, this right here, Pennington's upset at himself because he didn't get the bunt down first, but it's a squeeze, but it's more of a safety squeeze. You see how he's not just totally sold out coming down the line. So a suicide squeeze would be the other way around, where he's just all in going to the plate. Doesn't matter.
In any event, an out. And here comes Hanley Ramirez against Ramirez. JC has pitched pretty well. He's held the Red Sox to 4 hits. One of them by Hanley in the first inning, an RBI single.
Same pitch for Pedroia right there. Not that I'm getting on the umpires. You know me. I'm a pitcher. I love umpires.
Jackie Bradley on deck, and then Xander Bogaerts in the 6th. Hard hit foul.
As unfortunate it is to say, he's settled in. He's mixed up his pitches. He's gotten through his rough time early in the game, and he's done a great job for the past 3 or 4 innings now.
He's retired 10 in a row. He's already beaten the Red Sox once back in June with 6 good innings.
He's putting together some good innings now. I'd like to see us beat up on him a little bit. Conserving pitches. He's 82 pitches right now, which is not bad going into the 6th inning.
Ramirez with a 2-2 to Hanley, and he's run it full. Red Sox in the midst of playing 24 games in 24 days out of the All-Star break, including 14 in 13 days. They've already played the doubleheader against the Yankees.
Man, that's no picnic.
3-2. Red Sox played 85 innings in 7 days to begin the season's second half.
You know, some of the pitches that I was talking about, the one with Petey, the close pitches, these are pretty close pitches, and he's kind of lived there. You know, he's made the adjustment. He's using the outside corner. He's using that backdoor sinker. You know, and he's proven to Phil that he can hit those spots, and he's getting those calls. So, you know, it's working out well for him.
3-2, and this one popped a mile in the air to right field. Sky's a little tough right now, and the catch is made nonetheless by Crone as he bangs into Calhoun.
Pennington lost that ball.
He did.
He's like, I don't know where it is.
It's twilight time here in Southern California, just after 8 o'clock. That sky is very tough.
If you'll see Pennington come in, he's like, oh, I don't see it. He just stops.
But one man gone. Jackie Bradley now. He has flied out twice, once to left, once to center. Red Sox trail 6-3. Embry's still throwing in the bullpen, so he'll be on next.
I like the way he throws the ball.
Heath Embry?
Yes. Yeah. Kind of a bulldog type guy. You see it in his face. Great body language.
Been a reliable guy for John Farrell. John has been ejected.
Highly unfortunate. That's that inside strike to Jackie right there. I think he's using that sinker on the inside corner.
And in there for strike 3. Caught him looking.
Yeah, he totally got away with a pitch right there. I mean, you saw his reaction. Ramirez knew he hung that cutter right there, and Jackie was looking somewhere else. I mean, he just hung it right there. That's hittable. You see his face right there. He's like, oh my gosh, I totally got away with something right there.
Well, this guy has been tough on the Red Sox for whatever reason. I mean, he's 8-8 this year with a 4.5 ERA. One of his wins against Boston. And in 5 career games against the Sox coming into play today, J.C. Ramirez was 1-0 with a 0.90 ERA.
Well, you know, when I was talking to Dustin earlier, he said, you know, this guy can bring it. He's got a nice slider. He's got an exploding fastball. You know, we have to get to him. And they tried to get to him early, which is usually a sign of this guy doesn't have it tonight. But, you know, he's settled in. He's gone past that rough spot.
His pitching line brought to you by your Eastern Lexus dealers.
Well.
You know, the Red Sox got 3 early runs off him, but could not hold it.
And he wasn't comfortable. I mean, you saw it. He wasn't comfortable throwing his fastball at the plate. So he went to the breaking ball. He went to the small, you know, the slider and the cutter for strikes, and then he would use the fastball out of the zone. And now that he's comfortable, he's starting to go back the other way, like a normal pitcher would be. Hard fastballs and then sliders. Doesn't seem to get rattled.
Xander tonight 0 for 2. It's a tough night so far. A couple errors. That drops in for a strike.
Perfect pitch. And that's, you know, you don't hit that. As a hitter, you just kind of hope he doesn't call it.
Moreland on deck. And the 2-2 with the bases empty. Got a piece.
And the only reason he swung at that pitch is because of the last pitch. You know, that pitch is off the plate. But he taught him that if I'm going to hit the outside corner, you're going to have to react to it. So he did. He had to protect the play.
Sox trying to rally here against Ramirez. They're facing a guy who was tough on them earlier this season. Parker Bridwell beat the Sox on June 25th. 2 6 2/3. Hard hit. That one eats up Escobar down the line. Xander taking off for second, rolls all the way to the wall, and he will be into second base. See if they give him a double. They should.
Yeah, that was pretty hard hit. He needed that. After that last inning where he had a little trouble with the glove, you know, that's kind of repetitive for him. Good therapy for the soul. Nothing like a double down the line.
So it'll be a 2-base hit officially for Xander. They're going to get Blake Parker active in their bullpen. And the Sox have a man in scoring position.
Well, that's a smart move by Scioscia. You know, as potent as our lineup is, we put the ball in play. We have, you know, we showed him that yesterday. And he's touching 94.
Fans have their cell phone lights out. So stars in Southern California.
What is that about?
We saw this phenomenon in Chicago against the White Sox earlier this summer, that you know, a couple of people start doing it, and then all of a sudden a few hundred more, and then after a minute or so the whole ballpark is lit up with the cell phone lights.
Should we join in?
Why not?
Nah, I'm good.
Red Sox get a run here. You may want to do it.
Well, yeah, I could do that.
One on a base hit and a strikeout.
I'm technologically challenged. I probably have a hard time just turning my light on.
Well, you and the Rem Dog, we had to go through a whole process when we saw this before of explaining to Jerry he had a light on his phone. And it was hilarious, but it took about 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah, good old Remy.
Finally got it going. Jerry continues his recovery from surgery. He's doing better every day. Just communicated with him a couple of days ago. He's been out walking.
Good.
Runner at second base and Xander Bogaerts. And a 3-0. And that's ball 4. So with 2 down, the Red Sox rallying here, first and second for Christian Vasquez. And Nagy coming out again. And tomorrow on a special encore of Dining Playbook, Billy and Jenny head to a brand new restaurant filled with deep history, Ledger in Salem. Plus they show you 3 places to get the best crab around Boston. Don't miss this and more on Dining Playbook, driven by your New England Chevy dealers, tomorrow night at 9 on Nesson.
Well, it's still things are still blinking.
Vasquez tonight has reached on a fielder's choice and an error and scored. He's also grounded at third. 6-3. The Angels have the lead here in the top half of the 6th inning, but the Red Sox have a chance. You mentioned this coming into the game. The Sox, their last 3 games, 13 for 21 with runners in scoring position.
We do have some Red Sox fans out here. Listen to the stadium start lighting up a little bit. And I'm not just talking about cell phones.
Yeah, it never ceases to amaze, does it? I mean, where you find Red Sox fans so far from home, and so many.
You know, I've been retired for a few years. And I live in Colorado. I was skiing at the top of Breckenridge. And I had helmet, goggles, you know, ski stuff on. I even had a mask. I just get off the ski lift. Guy reaches over and grabs me on the shoulder. I'm like, what's up? He goes, are you Mike Timlin? I was like, are you kidding me right now?
Right.
That is amazing.
Yeah. Everywhere.
Yeah. So we stopped, took a picture.
Slicer foul. 0-2 on Christian. I'm sure they'll be there in Seattle too, the Red Sox next stop.
It's okay. I love seeing the Red Sox fans. They are everywhere. Beautiful thing.
Right now looking for a hit from the catcher, Vasquez. Trying to pick up an RBI. Bogaerts at second. Moreland at first. 100 pitches for Ramirez. An active bullpen for the Angels. They have a right-hander going.
I really want him to get a base hit here.
In the right center field, Trout on the move. Is it dropping? He makes the play. He snatched it on a sprint to his left, and that'll do it for the Red Sox. The Angels on top of the Red Sox here 6-3. Mike Trout with a nice running play here moments ago.
Yeah, he covers a ton of ground. I thought that might have a chance to fall in. He just, ran right underneath it. And that right there is an appreciative pitcher.
No doubt.
He knew he was in trouble.
Yes. Well, here comes Hembree out of the bullpen. 44th appearance and a 3.50 ERA for Heath. He takes over for Price. There goes the first 5 innings. His defense was not great behind him. A couple of errors committed by Xander Bogaerts. There's also a stumble on what looked like to be a chance anyway for a double play, as Dustin Pedroia may have caught a toe on the dirt and kind of pitched forward, so could have gone better for Price in that sense.
Absolutely. That would have been a big help on that ground ball.
Now Ben Revere to lead things off here in the 6th inning. He's gone 1 for 2, a base hit, and he's reached on an error.
Heath being another example of what we were talking about earlier. Everybody that comes out of the bullpen throws hard, and he brings it. He will literally pound the zone with some really good heat. Heavy ball. You can hear it.
Price allowing 6 runs, 5 earned, 7 hits in 5 innings. Still plenty of time here for the Red Sox tonight.
With his motion, it's kind of short arms the ball. For a big guy, short arms the ball.
Waiting on Revere to get in. He'll be followed by Escobar and then Trout. And smoked into center field for a base hit. Time now to check out the results of our Dunkin' Donuts poll question. Which Jackie Bradley Jr. catch was better? One against Aaron Judge or last night against Yunel Escobar? 76% of you say the Judge catch against the Yankees at Fenway.
Well, you know, I can now reveal which one I picked, and everybody agrees with me.
Right. Just about everybody. And you have won.
I have won a milkshake from my choice of places.
From Dan Aspen, our producer.
Yes.
Dan made a great point. He said, now in terms of overall beauty and aesthetic pleasing and all of that, I mean, the catch that Jackie made last night was just gorgeous. Gorgeous.
I will agree with you.
But the Judge play was against the Yankees. It was in Boston, and it robbed Judge of a home run.
I think that helps. That was my argument at the beginning. You know, it's against the Yankees. You're at home. That triangle is not easy to catch in. I mean, I used to be a professional shagger, like I said last night, for 18 years. Caught many balls in batting practice, but you know that's a tough catch. But last night, being in a foreign ballpark, making a catch like that up against the wall, that high off the ground, it was a beautiful catch.
No time was granted by Phil Cuzzy on the last pitch, but it missed on the count 2-0 on Escobar, batting with a runner at first base. Sock to right field. Mookie Betts racing back, and there to make the play on the warning track. Escobar sent that one for a ride, but one away in front of Mike Trout.
Escobar's so strong. You know, when he hit that ball, I didn't think it was going to go that far, and it just kept traveling. And usually in Anaheim, you know, when the humidity that's in the air right now, the ball doesn't travel as far at night. But that one just carried all the way to the track.
Trout tonight has struck out, walked and scored, and fly to center. Last year, he finally moved out of his parents' house in New Jersey and bought his own place a few minutes from the family home on about 300 acres.
just a small little parcel.
Well, your ranch dwarfs it, but
yeah, but mine's in the high country. His is in Jersey.
Yeah, New Jersey.
He's got cows out there.
I have no idea.
The Jersey cow or something like that.
Then he got engaged. So he had a busy year. He proposed to his girlfriend using skywriting.
Man, I thought you were fixing to say Skype. I was going to go, wow.
Runner goes, and it's in there for a strike, and a huge jump by Revere. No chance to throw him out. So stolen base.
Yeah, Heath didn't pay a whole lot of attention to Revere right there. That's just a nasty jump. That was a good read by him.
And the 11th stolen base of the year by Revere.
Well, like we said earlier, you know, they steal some bags here in Anaheim.
That's 84. Wow. To lead the American League. So Trout with an opportunity to drive in his 41st run. His number's way down because of an injury to his thumb. There's a blooper. That's going to drop. That'll fall in for a base hit. Revere around. He's going to score. And the Angels take a 7-3 lead.
I think he hit that one right off his thumb. Fell in for a base hit. Yeah, that was a good pitch by Hembree. I mean, it's up and in. He just fights it off, literally. And that's just going to fall in.
He's some kind of strong.
Yeah, he is.
And dunks that in for an RBI.
And with Dustin playing in a little bit with the guy, you know, covering second base, you know, trying to hold the guy at second base, you know, he had no chance to go back and get that pop up.
Here's Albert Pujols. He has a couple of singles and a double tonight. Double drove in a pair of runs in the third. Of course, Trout can run too.
I'm glad he's, you know, showing a little more attention to Trout because he can run. You know, he'll take a bag on you if you go to sleep.
How about that? 224 3-hit games for Albert. You know, Ichiro, as far as active players who's had more than him, Ichiro had the ability early in his career to leg a hit out, which he did often.
Many times he'd do that little, Baltimore chop, so to speak, and he'd dribble one in between third base and the pitcher's mound and just leg it out.
Albert doesn't get those.
He definitely doesn't have the foot speed anymore, that's for sure. Most of the 3-hit games, he probably hit a few off the wall and
a couple doubles, maybe a home run.
Yeah, undressed a third baseman here and there.
Swung the bat very well tonight. 3 for 3. One down, one on, and 1 run in.
Well, Hembry's pretty conscious about Trout over there. Not that you want to take all your concentration away from Albert Pujols, but you got to have an eye out on Trout just because of what Revere did.
Pujols is signed here through 2021. Now 37 years old. Still makes his home in St. Louis.
Wow, 37.
309 lifetime hitter. And 1-1.
What'd you say, lifetime hitter?
309.
309.
However, he's had seasons where he's hit 359, 331, 357, 329, 330, 331.
Wow.
All of those with St. Louis. Over in the National League.
Right.
13 100 RBI seasons.
In your opinion, you were in the National League, sitting up here.
Yep.
What do you think? What do you think? Like, is there a difference in pitching that you've seen? How they approach?
Well, there was. When I first started calling National League games back in 1990, I thought there was a difference because you had umpires who were National League umps and umpires who were American League umpires, and I thought the strike zone was different. Back then it was.
Back then it was. It really was.
It's been a long time since that was true.
Right.
Because it's been a while now since the umpires didn't umpire just one league.
Which I think is the best thing ever.
Mookie Betts will track that one down. And there are 2 away. Upgrade your day with DD Perks. Earn a free beverage when you enroll and speed past the line with on-the-go ordering. DD Perks, everyone deserves an upgrade. Download the Dunkin' app today. Speeding past the line may not be possible at all locations. Albert making his first out tonight. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I do think there was a difference, especially when we first got in the league. And it was because of the umpiring. Ooh, he had him right there. But now it's kind of evened out. The National League, like I said, earlier, it was down. Everything was down and away. I mean, you lived down and away. When I went through St. Louis, Dave Duncan was my pitching coach, and it was everything was down and away. And when I came up through Toronto, everything was in. I mean, and my strength as a sinker ball pitcher was not down and away. I mean, I struggled with it. I could throw a 4-seamer down and away, no problem. But to live on my sinker, it was hard for me to throw a backdoor sinker. So I had to literally convince Dave Duncan, and Mike Matheny, who was the catcher at the time, you got to let me pitch inside. I'm not going to get guys out down and away. It'll happen every once in a while, and usually it's on a slider. But my strength is a sinker ball pitcher. And I got to throw inside. I got to pound them inside because either they're going to hit it off the top of their foot, or we're going to make the shortstop an all-star.
And they let you.
And they let me. Yeah.
Cron 1 for 3 with a base hit. 7-3 Angels here in the 6th inning. Runner on at first base in Trout.
He's not going to let that happen again. Smart kid.
It was a lot of fun playing the game. A lot of smiles from him.
Yeah.
Two-one, there he goes. Here's the throw. And dropped by Dustin Pedroia right into that tag, and he's safe at second base.
Well, Vasquez is not happy with that, but that's you know, a great throw. He got a good jump. Not a tremendous jump, but he got a pretty good jump. And he's a fast player, and he still made a great throw. That ball just popped out of Petey's glove.
Number 12 for Trout. You can tell he really enjoys playing the game of baseball.
Yeah, he does. That's the way, you know, everybody should play. You should play with a smile on your face, because this is a gift.
So Cron looking to pick up the RBI. That would make it 8-3. And really make it tough tonight. The Red Sox just haven't done a whole lot with Ramirez the last several innings. They started out with a 3-0 lead off him in the first 2 innings, but only have 1 hit since then. And a mile-high pop-up into right. Pedroia sailing out. Mookie Betts wants this one, and he takes it for out number 3. Another run on the board, though, and the Angels lead it 7-3 here in Anaheim. To the 7th, 7-3. The Angels time now for the Geico Red Sox moment honoring the 07 World Championship. In game number 99, the Red Sox would beat the Cleveland Indians 6-2. John Lester went 6. He got his first win of the season in his remarkable return from cancer. Mike Timlin got his 4th hold of that season.
Wow, I'm surprised they actually let me in that game.
Talking about inning in the 3rd. You were outstanding.
Man, I'm telling you what, you know, I was ready to get in there. I like pitching. I loved it. And, you know, shoot, we're in the playoffs. Let's go do that.
That team was a lot of fun to cover. Finally closing the gate there.
It was a lot of fun to play on.
It was wire to wire.
Yes, it was. You know, we put the gas on. We never stopped.
That ball club in 07, it really did feel like from spring training, once spring training concluded, the Red Sox were the team to beat and never stopped being the team to beat.
You know, we were solid all year long. If I'm correct, I don't think we had a pitcher miss a start that year, and that, you know, that's not normal.
There were no losing streaks. I mean, no stumbles along the way.
No.
Beckett had a great year.
Yeah.
He had a lot of guys have outstanding offensive seasons, but it was smooth sailing all season.
Yes,
with
it
that
was.
club.
And it was a comfortable feeling that, you know, we knew our teammates and we were playing really well. And we were a team. We were ready to go.
Yeah, felt like it. Special year.
Talking about special year, this kid, you know, pitching right now, he's not allowed an earned run in 23 games at Angel Stadium.
Yeah, Blake Parker, the right-hander.
Are you kidding me? 23 games?
That's the third longest streak of all time. Tied for the third longest streak of all time. Here.
Previous record belonged to Don Kirkwood in 1975. Wow.
He's been a strikeout pitcher. 57 in 41 innings.
We definitely can't find what he's holding because he's moving everywhere. I mean, watch him come up. He's hiding the ball. He's moving it. And he's changing his feet, his glove. He looks uncomfortable, but there's a splitty. That's one of the things, you know, you notice he has the hardest pitch to grip already gripped in his hand.
2-2, rattle foul by Brock Holt, who's grounded out and flied out 0 for 2 tonight.
It's a good battle. 6 pitches already. See how he grips that one. That's the one, you know, that you're going to give away if you try to get into it. Eater. No, he's still split.
And he used it to strike him out. So 1 away. Time now for a game break, brought to you by Jordan's, the furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. Here's our man, Adam Pellerin. Adam, you're right. They're in the 8th inning. It's 4-3 Seattle. Texas has already beaten Tampa Bay 4-3.
And he's a monster. That dude is, you know, what is 285?
Yes.
6'8", 6'7".
Well, Mookie put a charge into that one, but Calhoun has room for the running track. And Betts is now 1 for 4 with a double. 2 away.
I mean, it's no wonder the ball travels so far off his bat. Saw the stat, you know, where he was in the home run hitting contest. The 47 home runs that he hit was 3.9 miles distance total.
Right.
Are you kidding me?
4 of them over 500 feet.
That's crazy.
And 1 of them they couldn't count because it hit the roof.
Yeah.
But that probably was going 500 feet too.
That's probably what broke StatCast or whatever it is.
Yeah, at Safeco Field, couldn't even measure it when he hit yesterday. In there for a strike at Benintendi. He's walked. He's also singled in a run and struck out tonight. 7-3 the Angels. Dave O'Brien, Mike Timlin, and Jemai Webster, who's a new daddy, by the way.
Is he really?
Got a beautiful baby girl, about 6 months old.
Well, congratulations.
To the middle. Here comes Pennington. He scoops, fires, and gets him to retire the side. So the Red Sox go 1-2-3 here in the 7th inning. 7-3 the Angels. Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Plainridge Park Casino, 45 minutes from Boston. Subaru Retailers of New England, supplying all-wheel drive vehicles with a passion for summer travels. KM Premium Franks, it's summer, let's grill. And by Ford Trucks, built Ford Tough, the official truck of the Boston Red Sox. Middle of the 7th inning, Red Sox are down by 4. And Ben Taylor out of the bullpen. He finished up the 6th inning on Thursday against Toronto. Recalled Wednesday from the Paw Sox, his 4th stint of the year for Boston. And Ben,
great stash.
With it, I was about to say, this is the best mustache on the club. Andrelton Simmons had a big night, and he torches that one. First pitch swinging, but backing up Benintendi, and there to make the play. Simmons had a 2-run homer in the 3rd inning, an RBI single in the 5th inning, and now flies out deep to left.
We have a coach at our high school, and he's more of a spiritual, kind of guy. And because we're at a Christian high school, he's a veterinarian by trade, and he has a handlebar mustache. It's great. I mean, it's longer than the boom on the mic that you have on your face.
They're kind of fascinating because it reminds you of a different time.
Absolutely. I mean, it's classic. It's not that everybody can wear them, but the guys that can look good in them.
Remember the days where Charlie Finley used to pay his players with the Oakland A's to grow mustaches?
Absolutely.
Stylish.
I do remember that.
Yeah, actually paid them to do it. It was Charlie Finley, so it wasn't much money.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have been paid. I might have got $1 for what I got going on here. And this has been, a push to get this
on the chin.
Oh man.
Calhoun with a walk. He's also been hit by a pitch and popped up. Angels about hit the Sox tonight, 9-5. Yankees have tied it up with Seattle, by the way, 4-4 in the 8th inning.
I hate to see that. I can't get it out of my blood. I just like to see the Yankees lose. I just do.
You're on this and you're preaching to the choir, my friend. 1-2. That one tied him up. Made a good pitch and struck him out. Stay on top of the latest Red Sox news with NESN's free Red Sox text alerts, from breaking news to in-game alerts. NESN will make sure you're in the know. To sign up, text Red Sox to 536-536. Message and data rates may apply.
Well, I'm just glad that everybody's listening, sympathetic to what I'm saying.
Yes. Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Maldonado here. Hitless tonight, 0 for 3. He's reached on an error. Red Sox made a couple. Although, generally speaking, Red Sox have been playing very good defense.
Well, we've had a few miscues tonight, but that's not normal.
Fly to right along the line, but that's going to drop foul.
I heard you reading about, Ford is Boston Red Sox truck.
Built Ford Tough.
That's right.
The official truck of the Boston Red Sox.
Makes me miss my own truck.
You are a man who would miss a truck.
Well,
there's no question.
I like my truck, and it is a Ford.
You got a lot of gear.
I got a few things I have to carry here and there.
On the ranch.
Yes. Got to pull the trailer here and there. So you're saying you don't drive a truck?
My boy does.
There you go. Is it a Ford?
It is.
Okay, good.
Bounding ball foul. It's a beautiful one. Not going to be able to drive it for a little while, but we've got it in the garage at home up in New Hampshire.
What color is it?
Black.
Wow.
It's gorgeous, actually.
I drive a silver Raptor.
Ooh. Well, I've seen those. I've seen the Raptors. I like those.
Oh, they're fantastic. It's a 13, so it's an old school Raptor. You know, it has a V8 in it.
1-2 high. All even here on Maldonado.
Dude, what do you drive?
Well, I drive whatever my wife will allow me to drive. On a given day, I'll be honest with you. Whatever I can get the keys to.
There you go.
You've got kids.
I do have kids.
Line shot into left center field. It's going to bounce all the way to the fence. And Maldonado taking off for second base. Here's the throw. He'll dive in with a double. So an extra base hit with 2 down in the 7th. This is the 11th double of the year.
That's just a good swing. I mean, he just hit it at the right spot. Albert having a good time with that one. First of all, how does Albert Pujols make fun of somebody that can't run?
It's a pretty good point. Trout was also enjoying the romp of Maldonado.
They're like slapping a horse trying to come around second base.
Cliff Bennington will look at a strike. 7-3 Angels are trying to add on here in the bottom of the 7th. They're going to have fireworks here tonight after the game.
Must be nice. I mean, you know, they're loud and they're entertaining.
And he's going to miss for a ball. And the best thing about that, from our perspective, Mike, you and I, is that will allow us a quick exit.
Yeah, there you go.
This evening.
Let everybody else just sit here and go deaf and get the heck out of here.
We can get in the car and get back to the hotel.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
we got a day game tomorrow.
Day game tomorrow. This one far from over.
You got to sleep fast.
Red Sox will send out Rick Porcello tomorrow against Parker Bridwell at 3:30. And then it'll be on to Seattle. Sox will return to baseball at Fenway next weekend, taking on Kansas City. That's the start of a lengthy homestand. It'll be Kansas City in for 3, then Cleveland, and the White Sox on that homestand. And then we're going to be into the second week of August by the time the Red Sox hit the road again.
Wow. And I'll be back out here.
We'll be back out
on
here.
Vacation with the family.
Where are you going out here?
Oh, we're going to stay in Newport Beach.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
3 or 4 days out.
Do you do any surfing?
No.
How about the kids?
I tried it in Hawaii.
You did?
It was awful. Yeah. I really felt, as an athlete, totally unathletic.
It can do that, can't
Yes.
it? Yeah,
Yeah.
surfing. It's a different kind of athleticism.
Oh, my goodness.
1-2. High fly to right. But very catchable for Mookie. And the side is retired. 1 man left, still 7-3 Angels as we go to the 8th inning. Franklin Sports, the official batting glove of Major League Baseball. Infinity, empower the drive. McDonald's Any McCafe Bakery Muffin with any size hot or iced coffee, just $1.99. And by Sullivan Tire and Complete Auto Service. Angels in the lead 7-3. Starting to get late here at the Big A.
Yeah, we need to make a push right here.
David Hernandez out of their bullpen, a right-hander. And we'll do battle with Pedroia, Hanley Ramirez, and Jackie Bradley.
Some obscure things. Became the first pitcher in franchise history to not allow a base runner in each of his first 4 outings with the team.
Well, Pedroia's been on base once tonight. That was in the first inning when he took ball 4. Red Sox looked like they were going to pile up a lot of runs. They took a 3-0 lead against J.C. Ramirez, but after that, he slammed the door.
Yeah, he shut the door. He started mixing his pitches. He got, like I said, he got comfortable with his fastball by using his cutter and his slider for first pitch strikes, and then just settled in.
He wound up going 6. And right now he's going to win it unless the Red Sox can rally here against the Angel bullpen and Hernandez.
This guy reminds me of Brendan Donnelly.
Pretty good relief pitcher here.
He was a pretty good relief and a nasty splitter.
Stay right here after the 3rd out of this inning for a special behind the scenes look at what happens in between innings.
Played with us in Boston also.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys, you know, on the other team, you didn't like him because he just carried this attitude. And you're just like, man, this guy's just a. Oh, better clean that up.
I like your self-editing.
But but you got him on your team, and he's a lot like Gomes. I mean, he's just gold. It's fantastic. He's all about the team. He's all about the guys on the team, keeping them together and having a great time. And he liked to win.
Big crowd here tonight in Anaheim. 43,829 as Pedroia rips a base hit.
Oh boy, Petey.
So that's how the 8th inning gets underway for the Red Sox. You don't miss a game, especially when the Sox are on the West Coast with multiple different start times. You can import the NESN Red Sox calendar into your favorite desktop. You'll get automatic updates, game reminders, and more. Visit NESN.com/schedule to import that schedule today.
May not mean a whole lot right now, but you know, Petey's got here in Anaheim and kind of cooled off. So maybe that's you know, sometimes things will start.
It's his first hit in the series and sends up Hanley Ramirez. A little 2-run homer here would make it downright fascinating.
That would be making it fun, wouldn't it?
He has an RBI single tonight. He's gone 1 for 3.
I know if I was sitting in the bullpen and it became 7-5, it would definitely get my adrenaline going.
Gently hit. Pennington to Simmons and on to Cron for the double play. So just like that, 2 down. And the base is empty for Jackie Bradley.
Yeah, he got that inside. He missed the spot and just jammed him enough. And he hit that about 6 or 7 inches above his hands. Like I said earlier, best pitch in baseball is ground ball to second baseman.
4-6-3 double play. Sends up Jackie Bradley, who's gone 0 for 3. No heroics in the outfield tonight for Jackie, at least not yet.
Not yet. There's always that chance that he's standing on the grass.
(7-3), the Angels leading in the 8th. Took a home run cut there and came up empty.
That's a dirty curveball. That reminds me of like Dwayne Ward type curveball, where that thing just comes in and just disappears.
And down he goes on the four-seamer to strike him out. So that's all for the Sox here in the 8th inning. Still a 4-run lead for the Angels. Don't go anywhere as we stay in the park. Now back here in Anaheim, it's a 7-3 lead for the Angels here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Taylor staying on to work his second frame and getting Revere, Escobar, and Trout, the scheduled hitters for Mike Scioscia's team, to try to even up the series at 1 game apiece.
Maybe I used all my lucky runs up last night. I figured we started out 3-0. I'm like, man, maybe I am a good luck charm.
Sox were in good shape early. Winning last night, really on early runs, and then Mr. Sale. Chris Sale getting his 200th strikeout of the season last night. In just over 140 innings. A remarkable success rate. There's so much more to him, and I know you appreciate this as a pitcher, than strikeouts.
Yes.
The strikeouts are dramatic, and he's so dominant with them, but it's the stuff, it's the intelligence, it's his ability to put it where he wants, the rhythm, the tempo, the pace, all of that stuff. He's such a pleasure to watch.
He is all that. And like you said, he's a little bit more. I mean, he is a student of what's going on every game. He likes to dissect what he did every game and change it by talking to guys. How was my approach? What can I do different? Can I change this? Can I change that? You know, he's always in motion with all his location and pitches, and he doesn't like to pitch the guys the same way twice.
Bogart's near the bag, down to scoop and fire. The stretch and got him. So Revere retired. Our summary is brought to you by Xfinity. That's how we got to this point. 7-3. Price went 5. 6 runs, 5 of them earned. His defense wasn't great behind him. Ramirez went 6 for the Angels. Pujols 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Very good night for him and for Andrelton Simmons.
Yeah, the 2 errors were pretty costly so far. It just hasn't helped us get to where we need to be.
However, Seattle has now gone in front of the Yankees again, 5-4. Tampa Bay's already lost.
Hey, that's a good sign.
Escobar, the batter. He is 0 for 3 and has scored a run.
Ben Taylor's he's a big kid. I mean, he's got good stuff.
And getting a chance here in July. Chance to stick perhaps. At 24 years old, 6'3", about 240.
Good slider. Real good slider.
2-2.
Well, hopefully, he'll take the chance of, him being here and pitching, make the best of it, stick here.
You were talking about the number 0.
Correct.
And why he wears it. Well, it's his favorite number. He wore it in Cuba. So when he got to the U.S. and became a major leaguer, he asked for that number.
Well, there you go.
So just a preference, but wore it in Cuba as well. And now you know.
Thank you to our research department. Oh, foul ball. Guys are awesome back there digging that up.
Mike Trout on deck, and the 2-2 popped him up but foul out of play. Seven runs, 10 hits for the Angels, 3 runs, 6 hits for the Red Sox. Sox have not had a ton of scoring opportunities since the first couple of innings.
We haven't put a whole lot of people in scoring position.
And struck him out. Caught him looking.
Perfect pitch. Right there on the corner.
Let's go back to the third inning and see how the Angels took the lead.
Pujols with it. He's just a good hitter with that double down the line, scoring 2 right there. And then Andrelton. Man, that's just deadly. What are you going to do? I mean, they put the rush on us.
That made it 4-3. Red Sox did have a 3-0 lead going into that inning. And that went up in smoke. They would add a couple of more runs in the 5th inning and another in the 6th.
I think that would be the smoke off the backside of that Simmons home run.
Yes. Bit of a surprise how quickly that got out. Mike Trout here. Last time up an RBI single. He's also stolen a base. Trout hitting .332. 18 home runs. No telling what his numbers would look like had he not spent 6 weeks on the DL with an injured thumb. He does say he is still going to dive head first, and he has proven that. He's true to his word. He's not going to change.
Well, that was something we were talking about earlier about the competitive nature of athletes at this level. I mean, you can take a 10-year veteran, and he's going to try to run and get a ball and run into the wall just like, a brand new player, or just like Jackie Bradley Jr. does every time. It just, you're not going to curb that. And that's a strange thing. It's not like he really, crushed it by any means. Just, unfortunately, wrong spot, wrong time.
That cost him 6 weeks.
Well, he is human.
We had our doubts until then. The 2-time MVP.
Rookie of the Year, All-American boy. What else can we say?
We can say that this past March he shot the first hole-in-one
Really?
that he's ever had at his golf club in Phoenix. Yeah.
I've been playing golf for a while, and I still don't have one.
No. Mike Trout does. And that brings up the question, what can't he do?
Apparently slide into second.
Oh, there you go.
You know, sometimes you can take the baseball player out of the game, but you can't take the game out of the baseball player.
Driven to center field. Jackie Bradley's back there, though, and on the warning track. Close to it. He's got it to retire the side. Red Sox coming up. They need 4 to tie in the ninth. Is sponsored by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. 7 runs, 10 hits for the Angels. 3 runs, 6 hits so far for the Sox tonight in game 2 of a 3-game series. And the new pitcher will be Bud Norris, making his 40th appearance of the season, and a .235 ERA for the right-hander.
Just does not get any easier right now. This guy owns a 1.47 career ERA here at Angel Stadium.
First man in will be Xander Bogaerts, then Moreland and Vasquez here in the ninth. Again, the Red Sox took an early lead, but then saw the Angels put up 4 runs in the 3rd inning, and they have led since then.
Well, it'd be good to see Xander get on, you know, kind of make up a little bit. I mean, he's not going to make up for the errors, you know, totally, but in his mind, you know, get on base, give us a chance, get started.
He doubled his last time up. He is 1 for 3 tonight.
And he's down a pitch.
And the 0-1 popped up, thrown into foul territory, looking for a play, but will have no room. For every Red Sox home run this season, Speedway donates $500 to Boston Children's Hospital. Now through the end of July, you can use your Speedy Rewards card when you purchase any size fountain or frozen drink for 69 cents and get an entry code to win a VIP experience. About 44,000 on hand here tonight. A lot of them will be staying for the fireworks show. Mike and I will not.
No, I'm good.
We'll get a full report in the morning from Jemai.
Is he going to give us a bang bang play?
Yes.
Play by play.
Appropriate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rick Porcello tomorrow against Parker Bridwell. Norris take a little walk out on the grass behind the hill. Yankees and Seattle are 5-5 in the bottom of the 9th.
I look forward to seeing Mr. Porcello pitch tomorrow.
Bogart's down hacking, 1 man gone.
In my opinion, he's been throwing the ball really well all year long. He doesn't, just doesn't have a whole lot of run support, but he's been, fairly consistent. Not so much as last year, but he's not far from it.
Last several outings, I think you're exactly right, and he just has been a tough luck guy for run support.
There's always that one. There's always one starter in the rotation. It's crazy. One guy gets too many runs, and the other guy can't get a run.
Moreland with a base hit, a strikeout, and a walk tonight, batting out of the 7th spot for the first time this year.
Does he seem more comfortable in the 7th spot to you?
I think he's looked a little more comfortable tonight.
He has. I think it's taking a little bit of pressure off of him, dropping down the lineup a little bit, let him get a swing going again.
Chopper backing up Cron. He'll feed the pitcher. And that's 2 down for the Sox in the 9th. Tomorrow, a special National Parents' Day episode of Nesson Clubhouse. You can hear from the Sox about the special bond they have with their folks. Plus, John Farrell talks about getting to watch his son's major league debut. What a throw for John. That's tomorrow at 2 on Nesson Clubhouse, presented by Delta Dental of Massachusetts. Gary DiSarcina taking over the club tonight after John Farrell was ejected.
I got to talk to John a little bit about that when I got in the other day. Yesterday, I sat down in his office, told him congratulations on it, which was really cool. He goes, it was really surreal because we were here, a couple of weeks ago, and then now I get to come back and I'm sitting in the stands.
Yeah.
I'm like, did he leave you a ticket?
Mile high pop up here by Vasquez. That should end the ball game. In comes Escobar, and that does it. The Angels rally early in the game from a 3-0 deficit, and they wind up beating the Sox here tonight.